This is G Hood and Paco.
Who was this Paco?
G Hood and Paco.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. I missed the hell out of his ass. Yeah.
Hood, he just got me to invest in something he got going on. Telling you, yo, it's gonna be. Just trust me. I was like, I trust you. Like,
who said that? Hood?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said something about he's doing something.
Yeah.
He's doing something with kids or something.
That's what he's talking about.
He hit me up and I was like, yo, I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing to like contribute. Because he's like, I'm getting ready to go to Guitar Center and I need like such and such amount. And I was like, yo. So he's like, yo, send me your phone number. I was like, all right.
Yeah, that's how I was like, man, look, anytime he say that it's something that's going to be like positive and going to be beneficial, I definitely try to get down with it. You know, Hood say he's going to make a move that's going to usually be beneficial for everybody involved. So.
Right. Hendriiix was here last week before. When was it?
I was just talking about him. Last time.
He walked in, he was like, hey, Lisa. I was like, hey. And then come to find out, him and the other dude, King Charm, used to come to me for ringtones when I was a ringtone lady on Poplar Grove.
That's crazy. Small world.
He was like, all this time that I've known you, Lisa, I didn't realize you was a ringtone lady.
Baltimore City. That's crazy.
Yo, I miss him so much. He died. He was shot and killed.
When?
A few weeks ago. He was sitting in his car at his house and was shot and killed. It was not even a month ago. Yeah. He was sitting in his car in front of the house and he shot him in his chest.
I think the last time I saw Paco was I was on the bus stop. I want to say on like Fulton and Parkwood, like right by my house by Drew Hill Park, about to catch the 5. It might have been like last summer before I moved. And he pulled up on me and like he was in the passenger seat and he was just looking at me and I was like, he was like, what's up, yo? And I was like, what's up? Like they was like, it's Paco, yo. I was like, oh shit. Like I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Did Hood tell me that? Hood called me and I was like, oh man. I was like, cause yo, I was watching the news and it came on. I was like, and it didn't dawn on me till like the next day.
Oh my God.
Right. Welcome to In the Spotlight. It's your girl Lisa, the Baltimore Paparazzi on Hard Body Radio. This week I got my girl. She done gone through so many name changes. It's just too funny for me. Look, I had to sit there and try to go back because I couldn't. Like for the longest time, I'm not gonna call you Nelly Hendriiix. I'm not gonna call you Nelly Hendriiix. I don't know you as Nelly Hendriiix. Then I couldn't even remember that it used to be Vet Stunner.
Yeah.
So I have Nelly Hendriiix.
Hey, what's up?
So we was just sitting here, YouTube and Hard Body. I don't know if they caught it or not because the music was playing. Talking about, you know, my man Paco or whatever. It's crazy, you know, like we were just talking about how small Baltimore is. It's crazy because, you know, Young Hendriiix was here and King Charm, and they both used to come to me and get ringtones when I was on Poplar Grove all them years ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's crazy because everybody, like, that's why I tell everybody, if you're not about, you know, like your word as far as talking about people. Yeah. Because, you know, there's a lot of people that will talk shit about somebody and be like, oh, no, I didn't say that.
Right, right.
You got to be careful who you talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm telling you, you know, you be talking about somebody and be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Be like, yo, that's my cousin.
Yeah, whole time. Like, whole time.
Yo, that's my baby father's mother's cousin's sister.
Yeah, that's really how I go too.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, a little history. I met you through G Hood, which a lot of people have been coming through here that I met through G Hood, and it's because we know some of the same people.
Right, a lot of the same people.
You know, Cherie is my hairdresser. Yeah. She does my hair for me. You know, and I turned around and looked at her, and she was there. I was like, "What are you doing here?" She knew Hood, and I was like, "Yo, what the hell?" But you're not only an artist. you're pretty funny.
Thank you.
You have hosted a lot of the Blaze the Stage shows that Hood had put on, and you're just it's just, I think it's just your energy.
Thank you.
You know, your character, and it's so funny to see you up there and just hosting and just like cracking jokes. And
I just be having fun, for real. I just really be having fun. Y'all make it easy looking out there, seeing people that I know and that I work with and stuff. It's just like being at a cookout or something in front of family, telling jokes or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely fun.
The last one we were at was at G10.
Yes.
And the only thing that I really remember, it was the first time that most of the people there had drank the jar drinks. So I got this from Philly. This jar right here. This is what they got the little hole in the top for the straw.
Yeah.
And they let me and my girls take ours home. The bartender was like, take it with you. Because I had like this much left.
Yeah, you are wasting that.
No. I actually ended up dumping it out like the next day because I was like, oh my God. I had drank a tequila sunrise. Oh, man. I had planned on only drinking like 1 or 2 drinks and that was it.
Yeah.
Well, we seen her making the jars. And I laid on my homegirl. I said, well, what's that right there? We need to find out what those are. Yeah. The guy sitting next to me heard me and bought all 4 of us a jar.
He was like, I'm getting y'all messed up.
Yeah, but we had to drive back from Philly. So, but it was a jar of drinks.
That's a big jar, too.
Winnie she was having a good old time.
Yeah, she was.
Smooth was having a good old time.
Was having a good time, yes.
And then, of course, we had the edibles in the back, and it was having a good old time. And then that last act got on stage, that singing boy. To this day, I don't know his name. And
man,
he was like, I was like, yo, he is like the Baltimore Trey Songz. Like everybody was in, like even you was looking at him going, okay, all right, well,
like,
wow.
Where did he come from? Like and that's the crazy thing about Baltimore. Like that's the one thing that I always said, like after the show, the next day, or like I'd be telling people about it, trying to get people to come and artists to sign up, and I was like, that's one thing that you will see at Blaze the Stage is an array of talent. Like, you think you're coming out and you think that you're gonna get all rap, but you might get some R&B, it might be some poetry. So it's like, and then the R&B acts just blow you away because it's just like, where's this voice? Like I'm always blown away by an R&B singer because I just love R&B. I love singers. So it's like when somebody open their mouth and I hear that voice come out, and I'm just like, yo.
And I love when they do it without the music. Like you can hear their pure voice. I told this girl one night at Soundstage when she got off stage, I said, you have a pure voice. She was like, thank you. I was like, your voice is so like I can go back here in the studio.
Yeah.
And I can sing.
Yeah. And
the engineer can tweak it and everything else. And I can sound like Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, whoever.
Yeah.
I can't sing worth a shit. So for them to get on stage, and I have so much admiration for people who can get on stage. I hate being on stage.
Yeah.
So when they get on stage and they can perform and they can talk, I hate talking on the microphone. And my show, I had to, sometimes I would have to host because I didn't have a host. I hated it.
Yeah.
I would, like, you would think all these years of being, in this business.
Yeah, that you would.
No.
But you know what? Some people prefer the behind the scenes, and then some people prefer to be in the spotlight and stuff. And with the hosting thing, it actually was fun because it was like a break from music. And actually, we got to the point where like a lot of artists didn't even know that I did music. They just thought I was just a host or something, and I loved it because it's just like another realm, just another world to be in, and stuff, and keep it moving. So it was fun.
We always had fun because how the Blaze the Stage came about was I was doing in the spotlight, and I got fed up after over a year of dealing with the artist, and like. And everyone's like, why'd you stop? We love doing your shows because I always had a crowd. Yeah. Because of the way I did the tickets and stuff. And I'm like, because I got tired of the artists boohooing and babying and bitching, you all wouldn't get there on time. And because you all didn't get there on time, this one over here is mad because he's been here since I told him to be here. And he wants to go on. But the way I had everything set up, he's not going on until this time. And then everything's pushed back an hour. Yeah. I said, so I'm tired of the stress.
Yeah.
you know, I wasn't like I was making money out of it because I was paying my DJ to come from Westminster, Maryland.
Right.
I was paying my door person. I paid my daughter who did production. I paid my host, and I had to pay Solomon until Solomon realized he was making a lot of money at the bar.
Yeah.
He was like, Lisa, you don't have to pay me anymore.
Exactly. Like, people drinking, you good.
People drinking and they're eating. Right. You ain't have to pay me no more. I miss Solomon's wings and fries.
Oh my goodness, that was like a hidden gem. Only people who frequented that place knew about that food in there. Like,
right.
It was hitting, boy. You get halfway through the night in there, get you something to eat. It's a wrap. He
was actually, a lot of people don't know, is Solomon is actually a chef.
Oh yeah.
And he would be, I was his guinea pig. He brought me this egg roll. He said, try this, Lisa. I was like, what is it, Solomon? He said, just eat it. And it was an Ethiopian egg roll.
Nice.
It was an egg roll, but inside it had Ethiopian like food. Yeah. That thing was so good.
Wow.
He bring me a plate and set me down, and he was like, here you go.
I know that's right.
It's just like, here, eat this. And I was like, and I bit into a jalapeno one time. I was like, oh my, you trying to kill me, Solomon. You trying to kill me. But I stopped doing my show, and instead of letting that Thursday go, Hood was like, Lisa, let me get it. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. I said, it'd still be my, you know, on the calendar, on his calendar, it would still be under my name. Yeah. But I was basically like subletting it.
Right, pretty much.
You know. Yeah. And since I didn't have to pay anything, it didn't matter as long as there was something going on that night.
Right.
So, and that's like I said, like we had so much fun with that. Like, and every artist that he would bring through was like, I knew it wasn't going to be a whack artist. Yeah. Because Hood doesn't deal with whack artists.
That's for sure.
He was not. Like every time I talk about Hood, I'm like, let me tell you right now, Hood is one of those. Because we've talked about like when you go to a studio and like the engineer or whatever doesn't really care. Yeah, he's getting paid. Yeah, so you can sound like shit. He don't care. Right. Hood, no. Yeah, it's coming out of my studio with my name on it. Oh, hell no.
I've seen, like, as much as he's tried to, like, not care because it's just, like, it might be somebody who was referred by somebody. He really
don't know him.
As much as I've seen him try not to care, he'll still add little pointers in there, like, yo, you guys, such and such. And one thing I can remember recording with Hood that he would do is, you know, I've recorded like over 8 projects with Hood. The whole Mixtape for Dummy series, Hearts and Flames, Project X. I recorded the very first Nelly Hendriiix song with Hood, which was actually produced by G Hood. It's called Pilot. It's the very first song on my SoundCloud. But he always could get the best out of me because what I would think was the best take, and I think I'm done. I would literally be in the booth and I would watch the track disappear because he would erase it and be like, nah, yo, do it again. And I'd be like, what you mean? Like, he'd be like, do it again. And I'd be like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? He'd be going back and forth. But it's like, I'll be so mad, not only the fact that I got to do it again, but the fact that he making me do it again. Right. Like, and then that mad, angry verse would be the verse. And that would be the one. So that's his little tactic, you know, and he's going to make sure that you get the best out of what you're paying for. It's like, yeah, you're paying for studio time. And sometimes as artists, you can rush through stuff. You're just so happy to be there and you record it and you don't really care. But like, you care, but you don't care. You know what I'm saying? You just want it back so you can go home and listen to it and stuff. But it's like, you know, if you can get it right that first time when you're there, get it right the first time. Like, if it's going to take a few takes, everybody can be so... oh, I don't need to take a lot of takes. I'm a perfectionist. I'll take 20 takes if I need to get it exactly the way I want it to sound when I wrote this song. I'm not going to settle for less. You know what I'm saying? And Hood is that same way. So shout out to G Hood, FNR Studios, man. Real shit. Right. He's cool as hell.
I've been up there one time. I told him, I said, I need to get up here. I need to get up there more, you know, just because I like being in the studio.
Yeah. It's
and, you know, it's just like, I've been in so many different studios with so many different people. And it's just... Like I said, I have so much admiration for people who do things that I cannot do. Yeah. I write, but I can't write. I can't write a rap. Yeah. I can't write a song. I don't sing. I don't rap. I can't do any of that. You know, I have Cool Edit Pro on my laptop at home, but that's because that's what I use to make ringtones.
Okay, cool.
You know, I would chop the ringtone because you can chop it, and then I can condense it to a wave file, and I can do all that stuff. And then, like, you know, I use it. It's my phone. People get on my nerves. Somebody just inboxed me. But
business don't never stop.
Oh, my baby just hit me. He's hit me a message. Oh, glad y'all can't see my face. But
she had blushing, y'all.
I know. He shouldn't even have that effect on me. He get on my nerves. We fight more than anything.
Look, the best ones always get on your nerves. When he get on my nerves, I still love her.
I know. I love her to death. I swear for goodness, I love her to death. Oh. She is another one that you got that energy. And your cats.
Oh Lord.
Your cats. Like that's why I said. That's why I sent her pictures of my cats and all the crazy stuff that they're doing. Because
those cats need their own show.
Yo, let me tell you, she put a picture. She's like, I told them they can't get underneath the tree, and they're all underneath the tree, like their presents.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much, which is a huge difference from last year. When there was a few times I came downstairs and the whole tree was on the floor, all the ornaments on the floor, like not one ornament left on the tree. So I had to redecorate the tree about 6 times last year. So, it's a huge difference from last year. I'm like, let them lay under there because at least they ain't trying to climb in it this year. So.
I haven't put a Christmas tree up. We've been in this house 2 years now. And I haven't put a Christmas tree up since we've been in this house. I'm trying to get the hell out of this house. I've been trying to get out of this house like 2 weeks after I've been in there.
Yeah.
It's one of the things where I'm stuck. I don't have the money to get out. Then I got the money to get out.
Yeah.
And my transmission went up on my car. So I had to buy a new car. It was just cheaper to buy a new car than it was to get the transmission.
Oh, I believe you. Trust me. Them transmission and engine is like, once one of those go up, depending on where you go. Well, for the transmission, definitely depending on where you go. It's almost cheaper to... But for the engine, for sure, like, I had I think my last car, my engine locked up on me, and that was a wrap.
Yeah. Then you just be like, throw the whole car away.
Yeah, throw the whole car away. Just throw
Crazy Rays gave me $100 for my truck, and I had a $1,300 transmission in it. You know how mad I was.
And see, only the people who really like, to me, like gearheads who are like sell the parts, like they're patient enough to like sell the parts off the car and stuff. I'm not that patient. I'm like, get rid of the whole thing. Like, get it out of here. Get it out of my sight.
If I had some place that I could set it where I could take the tags off of it, the insurance off of it, so I wasn't paying for a damn vehicle that was sitting.
Right.
Because I think the engine went up on the truck. That's the reason. I was like, I'm done. I can't deal with this no more. It got me through last winter, I think, or the winter before or something. I don't know.
Guys have more patience with that. I know a lot of guys who will hold on to a car and maybe talking about they're going to get it fixed for years, and they slowly but sure, they getting parts like every month, and the parts are sitting somewhere in the house, and once they accumulate everything, putting it. I don't have that patience with a car. It's like, it don't work no more. Okay, we done with this one. Like,
right. Because I have a blender in my house right now. I don't even know if it works anymore. Yeah. It's just sitting there. And my grandson somehow got a hold. I think I took it off top of the refrigerator, put it on, because I was moving stuff off the top of the refrigerator or whatever. Yeah. And I never put it back up there. So he's taking it. He's going to either be a chef or he's going to be a chemist. One of the two, because he likes mixing shit up. Yeah. We went down there one day. He had flour, sugar, and water all on the floor.
Oh my goodness.
Anybody that's friends with me on Facebook or IG will see Caden's shenanigans. I just posted up a 5-minute video of his shenanigans the other day. I asked my ex today. I said, "Did you see the video?" He's like, "No." It's like, I'm getting ready to tag you in the comment. So because Caden was this time Caden was falling down the steps.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
On purpose. Yeah. And then laying at the bottom of the steps like he was dead. Then he'd pop his head up and look around. And then he would get up and he would run up the steps and he'd run down the steps. And then he had this Captain America shield and he's throwing it. And I was like, I really, like I have him and my crazy cats who, Mitzi is my rescue. Yeah. She was rescued, a friend of mine rescues animals. Okay. And she was like, can anybody take her, because I don't want to send her, she needs a home. Yeah. I don't want a female cat. I don't like female cats. They're mean. Yeah, they are. They are. So I took her because she's got 6 toes on her paws. Aww. I was like, I took her in. She loves me. She lays on me. She sleeps on me. Yeah. I have to knock her off. All that stuff. So Father's Day, my son-in-law comes in with this kitten. Another female cat. They're both fixed. Okay. Everything. The ears are clipped, all that. And I'm like, it's supposed to be his cat. She ends up being mine. I end up naming her. Her name is Belle. Okay. Well, they Mitzi had to be dominant, all this stuff. So we've gone through all that stuff. Well, now sometimes she gets to the point to where she would fight her and then she'd start licking her.
Yeah, that's, oh my God. What is that? Like,
I don't know.
It's like some kind of aggressive nurturing or something. It's like, come here, let me clean you. Like, I swear, wow, outcasts do the same thing.
And then, like, now, so the recliner's here and the bed's right here.
Yeah.
So Mitzi's always up on the back of the recliner, and Belle jumps on my bed. She starts growling. I'm like, why are you growling? And then next thing I know, they're both laying on the bed. And I'm like, y'all getting on my nerves.
Oh
y'all really getting on my nerves. And then they'll chase each other around the house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what's worse. These cats or that child.
Yeah, the cats are definitely worse. They are kids. They little four-legged kids with tails and fur all over their body. I mean, our cats, we still have the mother of the 2 kittens. It was 5 kittens altogether. We gave 3 away. We still have 2. We still have the mother, and then we still have the 2 original adult male cats that we had when we moved in.
Right.
So the mother of the kittens is the rescue. I rescued her last Thanksgiving. And then she got out for a couple of weeks. We thought she was gone because we didn't see her anywhere.
And she came back with some babies.
Back pregnant, yeah. So we dealt with it how we dealt with it, and it's like
it's like your teenage child went out there and got wild.
And it's like now she just, I don't know, she don't like the kids no more. The kittens no more. It's like they're trying to come up to her and like rub up against her, and she's just like that, to the point where I'm like,
it's female cats. I don't like female cats.
Yeah,
I never have.
Weird.
I've always had males.
The boy cats, they whine sometimes. For the most part, they cry when they want to eat. Okay, like, but her, I can't really never figure out what is the problem. Like
Mitzi, I bet your cat does this too. Mitzi will come up to me and rub up on me, and I'll pet her, and then she'll bite me.
Yeah. Yeah. The kittens especially, I think it's because they might still be, I don't think they're still teething, but they still doing something. Because when they meow, they still sound like really little kittens. I'd be like, y'all still babies for real.
That's like, Belle has a weird cry. She's got a weird one. I'm like, what is that?
Right.
And it was her. Because I never heard her cry before,
right.
Never, heard her meow or anything. Mitzi, like I said, I don't know which word, but Caden, he terrorizes the cats. We have a little Shih Tzu dog. His name is Michael. And we've had him for about 5-6 years now.
Yeah, they the best.
And Michael is his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Michael's your best friend? Yes, he's my best friend.
I know that's right.
I'm like,
I have a Shih Tzu named Rocky, and he is definitely my best friend. So I can definitely understand me and Caden are in the same boat with that one, because they are just some loyal, like dogs are loyal already, but it's something about Shih Tzus. They are so good, and they're just
apparently he must have been abused or something, whoever had him prior to my godson's mother getting him. And like my godson, he was rough when he was like 1 or 2. He's still kind of rough, but
most kids are.
He the dog almost bit him. She was like, I'm gonna put this dog out. My daughter was like, go get him.
Yeah.
So we've had him ever since. Yeah. And he's old. I mean, you can tell he's old.
Right.
But I'm in my room. He wants to be up underneath my feet constantly. I go to move and he gets mad because he's got to move. I'm like, well, get the hell away from my feet. What is going on? Like, move.
Oh my goodness.
You're not even supposed to be my dog.
Right. Like, you get mad at me.
Relax. You're not even supposed to be my dog, but you're my dog somehow. I'm like, can somebody let Michael out? And can somebody do this? Can somebody do that?
Right.
Like, Michael got hit by a car, and we didn't think he was gonna make it.
Wow.
But he did. We didn't think he was ever gonna walk it because he was like dragging his back legs and all. And he made it.
Wow.
But like he couldn't go outside, so he's having accidents and stuff.
Yeah.
So what was it? He's much better now, but we're still kind of sketchy about letting him out. Nobody can find his leash, all this stuff. So apparently he couldn't wait for anybody to let him outside. So he had an accident by the front door.
Yeah.
So here comes Caden. Oh, ew, my mom. Michael shit by the front door. I said, what did you just say? He said, Michael, and you can see the wheels turning in his head. Poop by the front door. Why didn't you say poop the first time? Oh, I'm telling you, like it's I don't get it. So we got. I do this. That's why I say these are not interviews. We're having conversations.
Yeah,
we get off track.
We do this when we see each other. We at the venue. We in the spot. We just catch up. Like we don't really talk about none of the music stuff. Like, look, how are you doing? That's how we do. You know what I'm saying? It's
but
all good.
Yeah. So back to this music stuff and stuff. So you sent me a song.
This project is actually coming next Friday. So next Friday it will be on Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play.
And it's so much better. Like, how long have you been doing music? Like, how long have you been doing this music stuff? This music stuff. Seriously, like, you know, as far as releasing projects and things like that for like next year, it'll be 10 years. Do you remember when it was a time like you couldn't get your music out there like that on Google, on iTunes or anything? How difficult it was.
I remember, like, I always in my head I think about my music career in like eras, right? So it's like it go from the era of just us, just you know, imagine just acting like me and my best friends, we used to act like we were certain rappers, and we would like rewrite their raps, but like from our perspective, and it was that to like us writing raps and thinking like, okay, well, how do you get a record deal? You like put it on CD and you go to New York and you wait in front of Def Jam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the next thing. And then it was like, you know, once MySpace came along, it was like, okay, you can put some music on MySpace. Like that's one way. But this nowadays, today, honestly, it's just amazing how you can reach so many people with your music. It really cuts out the middleman, which is really the record labels, you know what I'm saying? And it just is, it's so much easier, it's better, it makes, as an independent artist, it makes you look a lot more professional. Right. It opens more doors, you know what I'm saying? And people look at you differently. It's just a different look. You know, I've had people look and I say, they like, where this song at? And I'm like, would you listen to music on? They like, Spotify. I'm like, it's on there. Oh, it's on Spotify. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get a different reaction as you're like, it's on SoundCloud. Like, oh, okay, I'll check it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and not to say that anything's wrong with SoundCloud, because I still utilize SoundCloud to this day. But, you know, I feel like when you really want to get a better sense of who's listening, where they listening from, like the back end stats, and you want to have your music to be more accessible, then you definitely want to go that route, right? For sure.
Because like I say it all the time, because a lot of the guys that come through here, they are so much younger. Like, you know, like they don't remember MySpace when you can only put 4 songs on your player.
It's a struggle having to pick between 4 songs.
Right, and then you had to go, I got this new song, but which song do I pull up?
Right, like which one? Like,
and you're like, okay, which one's got the most plays?
Right, exactly. Like,
I'm gonna keep that one.
The struggle is real. The struggle is real.
So like they don't understand that. They don't even realize the time before Facebook.
No.
You know, like it took me a long time to go from MySpace to Facebook. A long time. I refused.
Look, let me tell you, if I had all of these tools 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying, who knows? But it's like, I'm glad I got it now, because it's like, you know, different, or competing with mainstream, I just felt I needed to be a step ahead or do this, that, and third. And that's still fine, but at the end of the day, you know, it's about taking your time and finding your own path and finding where you need to be at. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if I'd have had all these tools 10 years ago, things might have been a lot different. Would I be further along? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I think with the wisdom and experience that I have now, along with those tools, it makes for a better story. You know what I'm saying? And it just plays out better. It feels better. Who's to say if I'd have popped off 10 years ago, would I have been ready? You know what I'm saying? So
you might be like a lot of them. I mean, like, you know, MySpace, when it was out, you know, everybody thought they were going to be discovered because Soulja Boy was discovered on MySpace.
He
you know,
he lit that fire, and
and
it's still burning.
You know, and then like a lot of people don't even realize that MySpace has revamped itself within the past couple years. It's geared towards music. I still have my MySpace, at least 2 of my MySpace pages.
I do too. I can't log into them, but
I logged in, got my old pictures back.
I can't remember none of my credentials to log in. I swear I can't. Not even.
That's how I am with my Hotmail.
It's crazy.
My Hotmail account, I can't log into that. They want to know the last email. I'm like, how the hell do I know? I don't remember the last email. Like, you know how long ago that was?
Yeah, it's terrible.
But
it's terrible.
a lot of these young guys don't realize everything that these artists have done, like the way that the analogy that I have for it is, I was here when it was just a dirt, like the dirt, not even a road, but just the dirt, and watched it be made into a dirt road, and then watch it become a little bit, you know, like gravel and stones, and then now it's the asphalt, and these guys are just coasting. They don't realize all the work it made, like to get to that point. And I don't think that they, like, now what I call them is the YouTube generation, because they don't go out here and do shows. They put videos on YouTube, and that's how they get their fun, which is cool, which is cool. But what, you know, my thing is these artists, the artists that have struggled to, you know, what if you all, you know, had that, you know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, even go back to 10 years. Just imagine all that it could have been, you know. So, you know, I look at these young kids, like, I don't know half these young kids now that everybody's talking about, you know. My grandson dances to music, and I'm looking, and like, because his cousin has done put him onto it, and so he knows how to work a phone and YouTube, and he's 3, and he can. I asked him the other day, I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm downloading." I said, "What are you downloading?" He was downloading a game. Like, I'm like, "You're 3."
Kids are funny.
I said, "Can you just be 3?" But I can put on Little Tay or Spence or somebody that I know and that I like. I can put their music on. And if he dances to it, then I know.
Then you know. For sure. You know, I feel like, and I was just talking to a friend the other day about this, like, I feel like I'm blessed to have found a niche in today's music, or in the climate of today's music, because I'm definitely a fan of 90s hip-hop. That's my favorite era of hip-hop. You know, I still very much so listen to 90s hip-hop on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? But I also am very much, I just love music. So it's like, if something comes on, or, you know, I work around a lot of people who are like 10 to 12 years younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the lingo and a lot of the dances and the songs I get put on too, because we be cleaning up at the end of the night, and I work at Hooters, so one of the Hooters girls will be playing their music on their phone. I'm like, "Who is that?" And they'll be like, "Little such and such," or this person. And I'll be like, "Oh yeah." Then I'll go to my phone and I'll pull it up, and I'll be like, "This joint rocking." Like, and you know, I'm a huge Ray Shremmer fan. Like, I love Ray Shremmer. I love who else? I mean, it's Kodak Black. I like, you know, younger artists here. Shout out FFG Ream, Lil Ream. It's a lot of young artists here in the city that I rock with, and you know, I'm not gonna ever sit here and say that I'm gonna make that kind of music that they make. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I've tried. I'm not gonna say that I haven't tried, because I've tried. I can't do it, because you know why? I don't live that lifestyle. I'm not fully in the culture like they are. Not to say the hip hop culture, but like their generation, like what they do, what they say, what they, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I still look like I am, and I still sonically, my music sounds like they can gravitate towards it. You know what I'm saying? And that be my test a lot of time to Hooters girls, because they 18, 19, 20, 21. I send it to them. They like, "Yo, this is lit." My niece, 20. I send it to her. She's like, "Auntie, no, this is lit." You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody said, she's like, "Okay, bet." So they like it. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I try not to get into that debate of the old school versus the new school debate.
This is my answer to that. This is my answer. And I'll say this, I'll keep saying this until somebody really finally understands. Just like they have rock and roll, they have grunge rock, they have heavy metal, they've got death metal, they got all these different genres. All these subgenres, all these from rock. We have the same thing with hip hop, but we just want to say everything is hip hop. Instead of saying this is hip hop, but this is trap hip hop. This is this hip hop. This is this hip hop.
Why can't we do that?
You know, look at R&B. We have neo soul.
Yeah, we got so many different alternatives and different genres, and it's like hip hop is the only seems to be narrow minded. It's almost as if. Even though we see how hip-hop has evolved, we can see it. But it's almost as if you still hear the same conversations on radio stations and podcasts. It's the same conversation. And I think that's because a lot of people who still, like, we just mentioned the 90s era, you know, and the 80s. I mean, the 80s had some great hip-hop acts in it, too. But you know, we never gonna get that again, and we shouldn't, because that was a time, you know. And every era, when you think of when a song come on, it puts you right in that era. When you hear Nelly Hot in Here, you start thinking about '04 and all the great music that was coming out around that time. And then, you know, when you hear songs like just anything, like anything from the past, it could be even 2 years ago. You know, it could be Meek Mill's The Intro. You hear that and you like, oh, I remember where I was in 2012. Like, you know, this is what we need. This is what music is supposed to do. So it's like for the gatekeepers or the whoever of hip hop that constantly be wanting this boom bap era to come back, you know, I don't think it's fair. Number one, to those who are trying to create something new. You know, I don't think it's fair for the younger generation to constantly be blamed for the state of hip hop. If people want to blame anybody, you can blame record executives. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can blame
that too. Because like my thing is when Lil Yachty came out and I heard the song and I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I can't relate to that music.
What they saying?
I don't. It sounds like, I think if I was on some kind of pills or some kind of lean or something, maybe just like okay, down south, down in Texas, they do chopped and screwed. I can't get with chopped and screwed.
Yeah.
Never could. I love. Oh my God, give me some Bun B.
Yeah.
Pimp C.
Yeah.
Slim Thug. Like I'm following Slim Thug on IG and I'm Trader Truth.
Yeah. Like
I got to photograph Trader Truth when he came here out Vanity Room.
Yeah.
This dude is the nicest dude in the world.
I like
you know. It. So like I like all different kinds of music from all different places.
Right.
I personally cannot get with the stuff that's being played now. I really cannot. It's just not me. And like you said, like for me, for music, you have to be able to tell me something. You know, this just rhyming words and I don't understand. Like it took me, one of my favorite artists right now is Kevin Gates.
Yeah.
Because my kids try to get me to listen to Kevin Gates for the longest time. And I was like, I'm not listening because I went and I read the words to the song. And that's what got me.
And you know, a lot of times if he sonically, it'll still sound like, because I'll do it too. Use the beats, you know what I'm saying? Or use that sound, those 808s and those heavy, you know, them fast hi-hats and all of that, you know. But the words be there, the lyrics still be there and stuff. And that's what artists like myself or Kevin Gates or somebody, or even a Kendrick Lamar, or the way what he did on Damn with DNA and Element and Humble. You know what I'm saying? Those were beats that sounded sonically like they could have belonged to Migos or somebody. But he did something lyrical over him, and that's that niche that you gotta find as an artist. You know what I'm saying? You can't get lost. If you're an artist my age, you can't get lost in the past, because if you get stuck there and you refuse and you trying to stay true to this true hip hop badge or this flag or whatever, sad to say you're gonna get lost in the way. That's like somebody who's still trying to communicate with people only via typewriter and fax machine and landline phone. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna still be able to communicate, but they're not going to be as effective at communicating as they would like to be. And that's the same thing with an artist who refuses to, nobody's telling you got to get out here and make any trap music, or you got to use that same oversaturated cadence that's going on right now in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We know the cadence. It's only one. It's like one or two. That's mainly.
I was listening. What was it? Something was on. And I thought it was one person, and it was actually somebody else. Because it sound that, and that's always been my thing. Like when you know, especially like if you're gonna do an industry beat, you need to not sound like the original.
Right. I think
you need to not sound like we got the whole Good Morning America window right here, so I get distracted real easily when I see
it's all good. I love it.
Yeah. So, Verb, he is one of those people that I watched him spit freestyle, really freestyle for 16 minutes, and we had to stop him.
Yeah.
And I was given his mixtape, and by DJ Samir. That thing stayed in my car stereo forever.
Yeah.
And I was like, this one song, I was like, I love this song.
Yeah.
I'm at Five Seasons one night.
Yeah.
The beat comes on, I was like, oh shit, they getting ready to play Verb? It was a fucking Meek Mill song.
Yo, see, but you didn't know that because he did such a good job on
right,
it.
because I don't, you know, I really don't listen to the radio. I listen to local artists, or I listen to old, you know.
Yeah.
I listen to certain things.
Yep.
So, like in my car, like I got the radio stations put in. But I primarily listen to 95.9 and 96.3, so 93.9 sometimes. So I listen to those stations, you know, or I listen to 92Q when they playing like the midday mix.
Oh yeah, they get into some old school.
Right. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I listen. I got pick and choose. But like I can't, like everybody's on Cardi B, and I'm like, I really can't get with her.
I don't know if I'm more excited about her music, or am I more excited that it's just another female? Because they shoved Nicki down our throats for like the last 6-7 years, so it's like, you know what's funny about female rappers in the mainstream? It's like we already seen it for years, how it's only seen, well,
it can only be one.
But you know what? That just started, I would say, in the 2000s. Because when you think back to the 90s, you had Foxy, Kim, Missy, The Brat, Left Eye. I'm naming Ladies Night right now, but still.
Right.
I'm just saying, Salt and Pepper was still putting music out. You had mad female rappers in the 90s that were out at the same time. They were putting singles out at the same time. They had videos out that was on the charts at the same time.
And then some of them had music and songs together.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, this whole thing about it can only be one female thing, I feel like that started in the 2000s. I'm not going to sit there and point the finger at Nicki because it definitely ain't her fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she carried that flag, and she carried it well for female artists. Right. During the time, I'm only imagine being the only female artist. And, you know, in Nicki's defense, because I'm not the biggest Nicki Minaj fan, but in Nicki Minaj as a woman, you know what I'm saying, feeling like I have to speak out for her, or, you know, when she under attack, and that's any female artist.
Right.
Any local, mainstream, whoever. Because I know what it's like to be a female artist, and I know what it's like to be pitted against other female artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even on this low local level,
and they did it. They did it like for the longest time in the little circle that I was a part of.
Yeah.
You know, and it was always, oh well, so and so is better than so and so, and so is. And I'm like, why can't they all be right? You don't do this with males.
I almost hate being tagged, and this is no shade to anybody who has tagged me in anything recently or anything like that or in the past. But being tagged in those conversations where it's like, who's the best female artist in Baltimore right now? And then everybody get to tagging all these artists, and then I'm like, oh, and then I get a notification somebody tagged me, and I'm just like, I hate these conversations because from the person who's asking the question, you should know because you should be on your job, or you should just already have your opinion, and it's your opinion. I don't see why you have to weigh in on Facebook for something like that. Maybe hold a female hip hop ceremony or something, or do something. I feel like a lot of times those kind of posts be bait. But we are just so happen to be in male dominated camps.
Right.
So you look at a lot of the female artists, it ain't a clique of us.
Right.
Think about me. I'm the only female really rocking with like Hood and Unknown and everybody.
Right.
And then like you look at another camp, that's the only female. You look at another camp, that's the only female.
But what I did notice is that when because I stand on the outside and I people watch. And people always come and tell me stuff.
Yeah.
I don't ask nobody. I don't care who's sleeping with who's doing what. I don't.
They gonna spill the tea.
But they just come and here you go. And I'm like, I didn't ask for anything.
I didn't want no tea.
I didn't. But now I don't. I can't unknow it.
Right.
So people would come and tell me stuff. And then all of a sudden, like, people, like a female would come to me and talk about another female. I don't really know that female.
Yeah.
I take everything in.
Right.
Next thing I know, they all hee and then ha and they best buds. But you just said, but see, they pit everyone against everyone. So then when all the females do come together, I'm looking at it and saying, this is phony.
Yeah.
Like, this is real phony.
But you know what's crazy? A lot of times it be the people camps.
Yeah.
Like the artists never meet. I'm not going to say the artist, you know, but it was like a couple years ago, you know, this, like, people in the same network were trying to get me to, like, compete against this other female artist. And I was just like, I never met her before. I don't know her. Why would I be competing against her? Like,
she probably didn't even have the same style as you.
Yeah, and it was just crazy. And, you know, people, I don't know. I don't know what it is because they don't do it with guys. I don't see them doing it with guys at all. Like, they don't go and sit and look at a guy and be like, you know what? You should work with such and such because y'all kind of like, I just feel like y'all should be together and y'all should XYZ. And it's like, all right, I get the whole working together thing and XYZ, but a lot of times I feel like when it's a female, they doing it to put them against each other. Like they just want to see who's going to be the winner or who's the dopest MC out of this. And granted, I look at this like, you know, I take rap like it's like a sport for me.
Right.
You know, it's a competitive sport at the end of the day. Like, I'm not purposely out here competing to be better than somebody, but I want to be the best. And every MC line, if they tell you they don't feel that same way, right? So it's like, with that being said, if you put two people together and you saying they should work together, they never met each other, but y'all been subconsciously pitting these two people against each other. When they get in the booth, or if they do get together, it's going to automatically be competition, but it's not going to be friendly competition. It's going to be competition like, yeah, because my people been talking about, I've been hearing all this yeah about you, and I've been hearing all this yeah about you, and it just get to be something that it really don't need to be.
But you know what's funny? What's funny is what I've noticed is they never have that. They never have that conversation. Yeah. They never have that conversation. It's always, you know, the talking over here, and you know, I heard she said this about me, this, that, and third. I heard she said this about me. Well, why don't you go to that person and ask them?
We gotta hold some of these males in these camps accountable for this, because this is what they do.
These males are worse than females.
Yes, this is what they do. They sit there and they take the one female in the cat and they like, yeah, you know, such and such just put out her, but you better than her, shorty. Go ahead, you know, say, eat her alive, eat her. And it's like, I don't need to hear all that to be creative. I don't need that hype. You know what I'm saying? I'm that hyping myself. I don't need a male or anybody else in my ear hyping me up about another female artist, because when I'm out here putting on, I'm putting on for all female artists.
Right.
I feel like when I step out these doors and I'm Nelly Hendriiix and I step into somebody's venue and step on their stage and grab that microphone, I'm not just representing for Nelly Hendriiix. I'm not just representing for my family and my friends. I'm representing for every female artist who anybody, males in particular, might have doubted.
Right.
Can she perform? Can she rap? Can she hold her own? Yes, she can.
Right.
She is in all of us. You know what I'm saying?
I've watched females come in the scene and they dress. I mean, because like today I'm trying to, because I gotta wash clothes. But like I'm not feeling my best today. Like I'm, you know, this time of year is always a mess for me. My grandfather's anniversary of his death was the 13th. My birthday was the 7th. You know, my mother's birthday is the 20th, and my mother-in-law's birthday is the 20th. Yeah, so you know, Christmas. You know, everything. I got everything going on. So I was like, you know what? Some fucking whatever these pants are and my shirt, and I'll do my face a little bit, and that's it. I tried to do my hair, and it just said, I want to be free, do whatever I want to do. But I've watched females get on stage when I first see them come out. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm listening to her bars. Right. I'm listening to her words. I'm listening to this, that, and the third. Then the next time I see her on stage, she got her boobies out. She got her ass out. She, you know, she dressed in 6-inch stilettos, looking like she getting ready to go down to King of Diamonds and go swing on the pole. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Because now the guys are not listening to you.
Yeah, they only looking at your ass.
They're looking at this. Yeah. They're not listening to your bars. Yeah. But because that's what the industry has pushed down females' throats. Yeah. Nikki, when Nikki first came out, I liked Nikki. She was a kind of a breath of fresh air. Yeah. I can't get with Nikki, like all the stuff that she's done. Yes. Nikki was here in Baltimore. Down in Curtis Bay. Okay. Flat ass and all. Because she had no ass. There's video. Yeah. She flat ass and she killed it. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. But then she had to go get the ass injection. She had to go get this done because that's symbol. Look at Little Kim. Little Kim looks crazy. Kim was beautiful.
Yeah, she was.
She was beautiful.
I was like, after whatever surgery she had on the Naked Truth, that's when she could have stopped. On her last album before she went to jail, she could have stopped right there. You know what I'm saying? Like the surgery that she got when she came home, it was just,
you know, that's why Remy came out. And Remy, she still got that. She still got the flow before she got locked up and everything. And I'm like, cool. Yeah. I just watched the video with her and Little Kim. Yeah, I just recently seen that too. Yeah, I just watched it, and because I'm really kind of like out of the loop with all that stuff. I always liked Remy. I always did. You know, Foxy Brown, I liked her too until she lost her hearing or whatever the hell whatever happened. Yeah, a lot of them did. Like Remy got locked up. And Remy, Kim, you know,
Remy shot somebody with $2,000 allegedly. But yeah,
I might do the same thing. I don't know.
But you know what I'm saying, like.
But you know, like I watch these females, and I watched Remy be kind of like dressed down, and then of course she got to dress up and got to have the corset and all that stuff. But that's what they think is what everybody wants to see, and that's cool to look at it.
Right?
But are you listening to what she's saying?
Exactly.
Lil Wayne gets on stage looking like he half dead.
Yeah.
And he could spit Dr. Seuss and that's the hardest bars I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But nobody says anything about what they're wearing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's definitely like a double standard in hip hop. It's and I feel like it's probably never gonna go away. It's just
that male and female thing.
Yeah, it's just really up to females to know what you want to represent when you come in and just stick to that. You know what I'm saying? And just for somebody like me, you know what I'm saying, I feel like
now if you got on stage all dressed up girly,
look,
I'd be like, wait a minute, hold up.
I know I sold my soul if that happened. I'm telling you right now.
I'll be like, I'm gonna look at Winnie, be like, what happened? Did she bump her head? Has amnesia or something?
That'll be the telltale sign right there. Y'all be like, Nelly, she done went over. She's done. She ain't who we thought she was.
She with the Illuminati now.
That's our initiation right there. That mini skirt. They're like, we dare you get on stage. I said, I got you. No, but It's you know what? It's just funny. I've always said that I felt like I could have been further along if I wanted that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I wanted, like I watched the industry turn into something that wasn't the same thing that I fell in love with and that I really wanted to be a part of. Like, if I was like 16 now, I probably still would feel the same way because when I was 16, I really wanted a record deal. But it was till when I got older, and of course now all these resources where you don't need a record label to distribute your music to major stores and stuff like that. But it's like you just gotta stay true to who you are. Period. And you gotta have something. See, you gotta believe in as an artist. You have to believe in yourself beyond the music. Because when you believe in yourself beyond the music, there's almost nothing anybody can throw at you music wise that will make you go off course from your vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's just use this as an example. I get an email about a couple months ago. It was from UK Island Records or something, right? This guy, like, yeah, I listen to your music. I like it. This, that, third. I want you to work with our record label, all this stuff. So I was just like, I always just entertain it because I know where it's going. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to see, like, how long it's going to take to get to the bullshit. Right. So he said something. I said, well, can I call you because I need to, so we can talk. No, he said, I want to meet with you. I said, okay, well, where will we be meeting at or this, that, and third? He said, well, first I need you to send me $185 for the consultation. First of all, I didn't email you, right? Like, you emailed me, sir. Like, why am I sending you money? And I was like, well, can we, I said, just playing with him again. I said, well, can we talk? Like, can I talk to you on the phone? Like, can I hear your voice? I can't right now. All I can do is, of course, you can't right now. Of course, you're in Nigeria. Right? Yeah, you're in Nigeria waiting for my little $185. Like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I had to live and learn. I never fell for something like that, but things similar. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, it's just all about knowing your worth, knowing who you are as a person, first and foremost, before you jump into that, wear those artist pants. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because once you know who you are as a person, it's very rare that you will sacrifice your integrity for an opportunity or something like that, Yeah, because
what I've noticed is, like I talked about Lil Yachty. Yeah. Now that, to me, that is a prime example of I will do whatever you say so I can get on. But what they fail to realize is you are stuck in this contract where you have to do what this record label says. Yeah. If they tell you got to go out here and wear a dress, guess what? You're going to go out here and wear a dress. Yeah. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Pretty much.
That's the reason why artists such as, I got a chance to meet David Banner.
Nice. That's my guy.
I got a chance to meet him in New Orleans, and right before I was getting ready to come up on my turn to meet him, Raheem Devon walked in.
Oh, snap.
Right. So him and Raheem were talking about how they're both kind of like blackballed in the industry because they do what they want to do. J. Cole is another one. You don't really hear J. Cole's music on the radio like that because he does what he wants to do. Kendrick Lamar is another one. Kendrick, I'm getting cold chills thinking about this. When he got on that stage dressed in prison clothes to do that song, and Oh my goodness, I could just hear people's asses itching.
And you know what's funny? It's like, it's funny that you mentioned J. Cole, because it's like, that's kind of where his mentality is and his mind state. I feel like I've gone through a lot of the things that he's gone through, but just not on a mainstream level, to the point where I'm tired, like, this might be my last hoorah, or, you know what I'm saying, and I'm going to do something else, because this is just not what I fell in love with. Like what I just mentioned is just not the same. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, I don't know, you just get tired of it. You just get tired of it. And I can see myself, I felt like I was blackballed in Baltimore for a while.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie to you, because it was just like, you know, I just been the type where I'm not gonna kiss ass. You know what I'm saying? For what? Like, we all in the same city, we all doing the same thing here. Like, can we be genuine with each other? It's been times I've walked in the spot, the person, hello, how you doing? MC such and such, like, of course that's not my name, but I'm MC such and such, I'm here to perform, and they, you know what I'm saying, but there's a whole nother, let an hour or two go by, and I finally get on that stage, and it's a whole nother story when I come off the stage, you know what I'm saying, but why can't we have that respect right up front? There's little things like that, you just get tired of, and I felt like it was a point where maybe because I'm just doing what I want, you know what I'm saying, and not really like playing the game. Whatever the Baltimore scene game is, I do not play it.
They think it's chess, but it's actually Candyland.
Yeah.
It's not even checkers. It's Candyland.
So like, you know, I don't play it. So it's like a lot of times it's just like, well, we ain't gonna put her in this because she not gonna play the game. She not gonna kiss ass. She not gonna show up. She not gonna X, Y, Z. Somebody asked me about some awards and stuff like that before. More power to it. If that's what people want to do, cool.
And that's what I said this too. I was like, I won for supporter. I won for contribution. Yeah. I've won photographer a few times. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't even been really doing too much photography because, one, I don't know who's doing these shows, where shows are, who's doing shows. Yeah, ain't nobody reaching out to me saying, Lisa, can you come through? They don't even want to pay me a couple dollars, buy me drinks at the bar, you know. Then I get in my, oh, Lisa, I got a show, such and such. Tickets are $10. Why am I paying a ticket? Because you want me there to take pictures.
Oh no.
If I come, I'm leaving my camera at home. And guess what? I don't leave my camera at home when I go to a show. Unless Soundstage won't let me bring my damn camera. Then I just don't go to the damn show. Except for Tech 9 show. I did go to that.
It's Tech 9, so.
Yes, it was Tech 9.
It's Tech 9.
I swear, I'm going to meet him one day. I'm going to meet him. I'm going to meet Travis, who's the CEO. Yes. I'm going to meet both of them and have conversations with them.
Yeah, man. Tech 9 is one of them people who... He like the pioneer of this whole independent thing, really, when you think about it. Like,
he really is.
He's been doing his thing on an independent level, but a major independent level for years. Like, if I could follow his blueprint, I'd be straight.
And it all started with Travis believing in tech and Travis backing his money into Tech 9 and then building that strange music up.
Yes, man.
And like, I've watched interviews with Travis O'Gwen. And I've watched, tech talk about stuff. I've watched different interviews and stuff. And that's why I keep telling everybody, you don't need to go to a major label. No, you need to invest in yourself.
Yes, you do.
And I keep telling people this. And it's like, J. Cole said it in one of his songs when he said that about, Jay not shouting him out. Why should I care? Like,
that's one of my favorite jokes.
Why should I care? Like, and then he's going as the For Your Eyes Only that he did. I loved it.
Yes,
it told me stories.
Yes,
other motherfuckers like, I don't like this, No. Just like I haven't listened to Eminem's new thing, but I've heard people say, "Oh, this is garbage. It's trash. It's this," and then I heard somebody else say, It's awesome because you can see where he's going a different way because he's in a different space in his life. They keep expecting, like you said, some people keep expecting that 2090s hip hop. Yep. And that's what they see Eminem as. He's still Slim Shady.
It's a compliment and it's a curse at the same time when you can make music so good that that's the only kind of music people want from you, and then it's a curse because you're trying to move on and be something different. It's almost like that with me changing my name to Nelly Hendriiix from Vet Stunner. It's so many people who still love a bunch of Vet Stunner music. They still love the Mixtape for Dummies stuff. They still love, my best friend's mom still like loves and says it's her favorite music from me. My very first mixtape that I ever recorded, which is terrible when I listen to it. Like, it's like the volume, my voice is so low. I freestyled the whole thing. Like, it was around that time when Wayne was dropping all them dedications, so everybody thought they could freestyle everything.
Wayne was dropping
one of them.
He was dropping dedications from like Louisiana.
I literally thought I was Lil Wayne at that time. Like, I was like, I'm just going ahead and freestyle the whole thing. I mean, it was, I guess it was good, but it wasn't. I would never do that today. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, so, you know, it's hard to grow. You know what I'm saying? And to be something else. And I came back and was like, I'm Nelly Hendriiix now. People were like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like if you really rocking with me and you have faith in my talent, you will be very pleased with what and I didn't veer too far off from what I was doing as Best Stunner, but I just needed to shed that name and that image of everything because I felt like I had reached the cap with Best Stunner. It was like, how much more can you go? And I felt like my name and the artist that I was starting to get this image of being like a inspirational, squeaky clean kind of rapper. Out of like, it was just because I put out a song. Like, I did declare at one point that I wasn't going to curse in my raps no more. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to make some music that my nieces and nephews could listen to. That I didn't have to say, Aaron, now this got some cussing in it. Don't let Davey and them listen to this. Like, you know, but that didn't pay who I was. I felt like that put me in a box because now it's like everybody's like the rapper who doesn't curse. You know, and I'm like, oh well, like I kind of still want to curse down there, like, and I'm going to. So like that's why I just had to shed all of that, so I can understand when people like, oh, we want the Marshall Mathers LP Eminem. I still feel that way too. That's my favorite Eminem album, but it's like, you gotta give them a chance, because especially me as an artist, I wouldn't want somebody to not give my new stuff a chance. So it's like I have to like give them a chance and be I
haven't got, because like everything, like so much music dropped at one time. And I had my ex asking me to get him stuff, and my friend, he was, you know, because 112 dropped an album.
Girl, that's Q Mike Slim Deron album. What?
My favorite song is Without You. That was the very first song that played. Like, that's not even the first song on the whole on the whole thing. But that's the first song. All of a sudden it started playing on my phone. It's like, who pushed you? And then I listened to it. I was like, oh, you trying to tell me something? Oh, okay.
That album could have came right after Part 3. For real.
Like, it was like, what, how long? 10 years, I think?
Yeah. I mean, they put out Pain and Pleasure and Hot and Wet. Like, Pain and Pleasure, I think, was like their last contractual one with Bad Boy, so I don't think they really tried on that.
Probably wasn't like,
Hot and Wet was like their first one. I think they were signed with Def Jam, if I'm not mistaken, at the time. That was their first one without Puff, and it was just terrible. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like this Q Mike Slim Deron, this joint, I was like, yo, this could have came right at the Part 3.
That came out. Jadena put out an EP. I was like, I'm sitting there going, how am I just finding out about this?
He's nice.
Sci-Hi the Prince sent, he had something come out. Dave East. Freddie versus Jason. Fab and Jadakiss.
Oh my god.
Like all this stuff came out, and I'm like, I usually listen to my stuff in my car, but I don't have my new car. I don't have an aux cord, and the tape player, I guess it don't work. And I've got I'm getting my stereo from my Infinity with the big box, you know, speaker box is going to be put in, but it's not yet. So I'm like, how the fuck am I listening to all this music? And then now M comes out with something. Like I said, I don't like listening to other people's opinions.
Rather just listen for yourself.
I want to listen. And don't forget Chris Brown put out that 45 track,
which is like actually amazing. I've only gotten through about 20 songs at a time because I cannot listen to the 45 straight, and it ain't because I don't want to. A lot of times it's because I'm moving now, so I and I'll just switch up the vibe. But 2017 was a great year for that's why I pushed so hard to make sure my project was coming out this year, because I was like, I gotta be in this company. Like this Tech Nine put out another collabo. And like SZA put out a great album. Like I haven't heard before the K Michelle put an album out this year too, which is great. Before her and before I heard the 112 album, I was like, I haven't heard an R&B album like this. And probably since Neo, in my own words, like it was, the SZA album was just R&B. It was just really good R&B music. Like
I don't even know her music, but because my homegirl, she listens to it, and we were in the car and she was playing the song, and the whole your man is my man and all that stuff. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, so everybody was like on Facebook is crazy. Because people be like,
and the album came out like in the top of the summer. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's performed this song the weekend all summer long. And it's like now, I guess since they done made it an official single, now everybody's really hearing it now. And I heard, oh, it's the side chick anthem. And people making these remixes.
But okay.
Like, oh, God.
But okay. Let's go back. He's Mine by Moke and Stuff.
Right.
He's Mine. You may have had him once, but I got him all the time.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. Like, and I'm just like, that was one of my favorite songs. Mocha Step was one of my favorite songs until I actually listened. Like, I really listened to what I was saying.
For either person, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, dude, she's telling a story. She's telling a story about her life. And if you really get into, like, you know, because I watch, like, you know, a lot of interviews and stuff when it's artists doing a press run. Yeah. And then they all, you know, they got an album coming in. I'm a TDE fan, so they was like, TDE, SZA's gonna be, and I didn't really like listen to SZA like that before. I heard on a couple things before, but not really like dug into who she was. So I watched her interviews and I fell in love with who she was before I heard the album. I was like, she is mad cool, and she was telling the story that because they was pulling out songs off the album, like, oh, this song you talked about, like the very first song on there, no, Love Galore, when she talking about all up in Valentine's Day and all this. No, it's on another song. Oh, Superwoman, the first song. Sorry, I had to think for a minute, but no, but like that song, and she's telling these stories. And if you watched her press run, her interviews that she had right before the album dropped, and then you listen to the album, it's like 3 or 4 songs on there that connect to each other. And she's talking about the same person, the same situation. Right. You know what I'm saying? And for that whole side chick thing, it's like, okay, a person, this happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you're probably mad because you have an inkling that your man is out there doing something like this. Right. And you're mad at yourself. You're not mad at the song. You're not mad at SZA. You're mad at yourself. So at the end of the day, you need to check yourself. You know what I'm saying? If a song is getting you that upset and riled up, then you need to check what's going on about yourself that's connected with the song.
I love music that I can connect to, that I can feel. Yes. Earlier, before you got here, I played a song by my friend B.O.M.B. Yes. And he's got a song called Silent Night off of Black Christmas that he released last year. Yeah. It's a little EP that he did. Yeah. And the first song's called Cold Nights, and it's got Quentin Randall on the hook, which is amazing. He's amazing.
I know Quentin.
Yeah, I love his music. I love his guitar, everything. Yeah. So all this transpired. Yeah. And then the second verse is Doc Baltimore, who's telling his story about how because he has a son, but he has an older daughter that he doesn't get to see, and how he just wants his son to get to know his big sister, and he wants to be able to open presents with her on Christmas. You know, I like music like that. Yeah. I like when I can, you know, music to me is therapy. Music to me is life. Yeah. Because it can change your mood. Yeah. It can enhance your mood. I mean, if you're sad and you listen to something, you can get even more sad. Yeah. Or if you're happy, you know, it can make you happier. Or it can make you want to fight. Like, it all depends. Yeah. But
music is definitely powerful like that.
With her music, like, I didn't even get mad at her song. I just kind of laughed. I was like, you know, well, that's true. Because my homegirl, she was going through something like that. You know.
So it's a sensitive spot for her.
She was like, she would laugh about it. Because, like, the dude she was dating another chick, but he didn't, like, every time she was like, I know she's there. Like, I know why don't you just come clean and just be honest about stuff? I know about this.
The dude is never going to admit it. You don't stand with Judge Judy. He can be like, I wouldn't talk to that chick.
You can show him pictures. Right. It wasn't me. That wasn't me. He turned into Shaggy real quick. Wasn't me.
Nope. I don't even cut my hair like that.
Right. No, I don't got a shirt look like that.
I don't wear my jacket like that. No.
Right. I don't know. My tennis shoes don't look like that.
Right. I would never come out the house with no shoes like that. Come on.
Right. So when I heard that, when I heard the song, I just laughed about it. Like, I don't get upset about the, you know.
Broke by somebody, like, that's the worst feeling ever. I think we've all been through some heartbreak or heartache in here, so out there too. So it's like, this is a great year for albums. Like, the year just started off crazy. Like, it started up with Rick Ross dropped the joint. Like,
I got to photograph him at Summer Jam.
For real?
I got I covered Summer Jam for 92Q.
Nice. Yeah, Ross is definitely one of those.
I had to stand by the time Monica and Ross came out. I had to. The fire marshal came in and moved everybody out. I said, but I'm here with 92Q.
Yeah.
But they only let the one guy that was like in charge of me and the other photographer. He was the only one allowed to stay in there, and I was like, "That's messed up." So I'm at the corner trying to. I took a couple pictures of, but I got some wonderful ones of Fabulous.
Yes, Fab, man.
Yes, and I used them on Instagram and tagged them.
Yes,
yes.
That's that dude right there. Yeah, I've been listening to Fab since them Grand Theft Audio tapes that DJ used to do. Like, it's been a minute.
Yo, I was like, I've been in love with Fab since he was wearing them damn basketball jerseys that were like 50 times too big for him.
Chip tooth. Yep. Like, oh my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, this shit, like I said, I really don't listen to like the industry.
Yeah.
But like I said, my ex, he'll hit me up and he'll be like, "Yo, can you get this for me? Can you get this for me? Can you get this for me?" And I'll go on and get them for him and send them to him and stuff. So I have like a lot, like he listens to stuff I don't listen to. Like Freddie Gibbs. He listens to Freddie Gibbs. I don't listen to Freddie Gibbs. He's the one who started me listening to Big Crit.
Yeah, see, only reason I even can stay abreast with these newer artists or new projects that come out is because I slowed down a little bit on the Breakfast Club. They don't really be, they just, I don't like the way they treat their guests sometimes, and I can't get through, especially when somebody that I like, I'd be like, come on, bro, like, y'all doing the most. Charlamagne's don't know when to shut up sometimes.
He just likes to be, like, I like when people, like, say stuff that really, like, get him.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, yeah, get him.
Exactly. Like, put him in his place. But I've been watching a lot of Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden, and I
love Joe.
Yeah, Joe is like, I feel like I'm Joe online, like, when I'm on Facebook, like, and I go off on my, like, little, I was like, I gotta pull it back though. Cause
I just seen on IG the little clip or whatever. Did you see where he said, "Yo, Migos, can we do this all next year too?"
Oh yeah. That whole exchange was just hilarious, like, because, like, it's just funny. It's just funny to me. When you talk about beef, like, I feel like that beef is not even a beef.
It's not
in terms of what a real beef is. That's just.
All that interview stuff happened.
Yeah.
I watched the clips so many times. And I was just like, yo, this is funny. Because he was like, it was like, they couldn't hear, they was like, we really couldn't hear.
They couldn't hear each other, and then they was being bad and bougie. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He was like, does it look like I got left off of bad and bougie?
They look like,
yes.
They didn't want to be interviewed. Joe Budden didn't want to interview them.
He even said that.
Yeah, and the Deska and Act did. Like, the Academics is a groupie, so he was happy that they was there. The Deska always just caught in the middle, like she caught in between Complex and being loyal to her co-host, because she's a Complex employee at the end of the day. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's only but so biased that she can be. But yeah, when he and then you look at how Joe stepped off the stage. He did hit Offset with the microphone and he dropped it. He hit him with the microphone, and then he.
I don't think it was on purpose.
No, it wasn't. But it was one of those things where it's just like, man, fuck this. Like, if you sitting that close to somebody and you just throw your microphone down on the same side where they at, you know it's gonna be a chance that it might hit them or something. And Joe was it was kind of one of them things where, like, you know, like when you see somebody about to fight, and it's like they not really trying to fight, so they're like bumping her. And they just keep on walking, and it's like they just enticing the person, like, I'm just doing that so that whatever you do is on now. Like, that's what he was doing. He wanted to fight. If Joe ever wanted to fight, he wanted to fight right there on that red carpet situation. But it was like once all the little memes and stuff came out and they got past the jokes, it's like what, 4 or 5 months later now, and Quavo say this on the song. It's like and then they got the video. Did you see the clip for the video that they have out for the actual song? Got a fake Joe Biden, a fake Academic.
I seen the pic. That's what they were talking about, and it was like he was like, I don't know, like they was like, I think they got you, Act. I think they got you. Like, yeah, that looked just like you. I was like, I've always loved Joe Budden. Yeah, I don't care. They can talk about his little Pump It Up song. I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs.
He's one of the most lyrical artists from the well, he really not from the 90s, but like that late 90s, early 2000 era, like. If you go back and listen to Joe, I went back and listened to like his mood music mixtapes. Like those were like crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's
another example of an artist who's going to do what they want to do, and either you love it, you like it, or you leave him alone.
And it bothers people that he's okay with being. He's comfortable in his own skin.
Right.
A lot of artists are not comfortable in their own skin, and when they get around an artist that is comfortable in their own skin, they get uncomfortable because they don't know who they should be now. Like you can be yourself. Like
he calls people out on their bullshit all the time. And that's like I said, like the whole thing with the whole Migos thing, like it's funny. Like, why would you want to come at this man like this? Would you just I know you watched the video of him chasing down that car with those people that was those guys that was in front of his house and stuff. He ran after the car. What do you think he gonna do to you?
Right. He's crazy. So it's like
he was like with the whole Migos thing, he was like, and they showed like pictures of like how it was armed guards around it with the big guns. He was like, really, like I was really like it was really gonna happen right there. Like yeah, I don't think so.
It's wild.
But he's another one of those artists, like I said, that does whatever. And I think I gravitate because I've still never watched The Walking Dead.
Yeah, me neither.
You know, I don't like the Orange is the New Black. You know, everything that people are online talking. It took me until last season of Power. Yeah. And the only reason why I watched is because me and Big Steve were coming back from Houston and New Orleans. Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, Power's on," and he put it up. I'm driving. Yeah. And there was, you know, we had two other people in the car too. And I'm driving. He's got it up on the dash, and I'm driving, and I'm looking, and I'm driving, and I'm looking, and I'm driving, and I'm looking. I came home and had to binge because now I needed to know where the story started. The Wire, I never watched The Wire until the 3rd season. Yeah. Like, I'm one of those people that I don't jump.
That's like the
difference.
Yeah, they just, like, Anthony Anderson is just super ghetto. Like, not super ghetto, but he just, you know, they well-to-do. They got a good family, like, good jobs, nice house, all this stuff, but he's still, like, holding on to this, like, blackness or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's more so, like, we need to, like, be, you know, XYZ. It's a good, like, they have very good TV chemistry. I like that chemistry. But I'm binging about the 10 shows right now.
I was with my friend one night and he put on Shameless because he was just starting to watch it too. Yeah. So I'm watching it, watched like an episode or two, whatever, before I went to sleep. You know, because he's got a son, he's got work. Yeah. You know, he does music too. Right. And so he's always, you know, like, when I get to spend time with him, it's like, yeah, I'm lucky. Right. I'm lucky. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't live in Baltimore, so I'm lucky when I get to see him. Right. So I'm like, I'm on, you know, like I started watching. He's the one who got me watching Luke Cage.
Oh man, I gotta watch that too.
So, yeah, I gotta watch. What is it? Jessica Jones. I gotta watch that one. I watched The Defenders. I started watching like what you call it, Daredevil.
Yeah, it's so many of them though.
And I'm like, yo, like I can't keep up.
Between the little sub shows they had and the movies they drop, and it's like, bruh, Marvel is killing me right now. Marvel is killing my life. Like, I can't keep up with, like, I thought I knew all the comic book characters. Like, they be coming with some of them. I'm like, wait, who?
Well, that's like, I just started watching Gotham.
Yeah, that's your main show right there.
Right, and that's why, because I used to see her, and I don't even know, it's the name, I've known this child for I don't know how long, but Golden Angel.
Yeah, yeah.
And them two talking about Gotham. So I finally started watching Gotham. I'm on season 3 now. Yeah, there's 3 seasons on Netflix. But like I thought I knew Batman.
Yeah. Oh no. See,
I'm seeing characters going, who's that? You know, like it's crazy. You know, and so I'm trying.
That's a good show.
You know, so like I can understand how I can't keep up with the music because I can't keep up with the shows. You know,
so many, and then between all the different ways that you can watch TV now, I mean, those platforms have their own original shows on there. So it's like, like between trying to catch up with the shows that already come on network and cable and all that stuff, and then they throw in their little 20 shows on top of that. You like,
yeah, because I have Netflix and I have a Fire Stick. So I'm like, I don't have cable. I haven't had cable.
Yeah, I don't have cable either.
I haven't had cable since 2011.
I'm saying between your laptop and then whatever, you know, little TV providers or whatever you paying for monthly, you good. You good. I mean, because I don't even watch that much sports, and I don't watch much football anymore, but I'm still very much into basketball. So all I gotta do is go on TNT.com and watch whatever game is on. I can live stream it. Like watch it in real time, the commercials and everything.
And see, and that kind of like just like with the music and everything. Now there's so many, and I used to tell people all the time, I'm like, there's so many ways for you to be able to get your music heard overseas.
Yes. Yes.
Like, you know, it used to be you had to try to find a connect to play your music in, you know, in Germany.
Man.
Like I met, I don't even know how I met him, but it was a guy in England who, he was a DJ. So I made a connection with him and was trying to get, you know, people's music. I don't even know. We're still friends on Facebook. I don't know if he's still a DJ or not. He ended up getting married and have a child. And baby's cute. He did the baby's just cute as can be.
Right.
You know, and you know, like, but we don't talk about music anymore like we used to, because like everybody that I was trying to help with their music, getting their music out there, they have so many other outlets. You know, and like I said, like, I don't think they understand how hard it used to be. Because, like, YouTube, you couldn't even put a video on YouTube because it had to be a certain size. And then when you did upload it, it took all day to upload it.
You sitting there making sure the computer screen didn't go legs on it. So your
it didn't go to sleep.
Yeah, it didn't go to sleep. You go back and it's like there was an error upload and it was at 60%. Like, no.
Right.
It's a struggle, man.
It really is a struggle.
I mean, and you know what? I want to go back to something you had said earlier when you were saying about artists investing in themselves. Right. You know, that word invest just sounds so scary before you take the leap, because it sounded scary to me I would say about 4 years ago. It sounded scary to me. Invest, like I was investing in myself here and there. But you know, when you hear the word invest, we always think that it's this large lump sum of money. You know, it costs $10 to distribute your music, to distribute a single on iTunes and Google Play and Spotify and all that. $10. It costs, you know, I mean, like, little services that you can pay for, little blogs that'll, like, and I'm not going to sit here and tell everybody to pay for every blog services. Right. If you want to look at that blog's reach and see, like, how many people are engaging with their posts, because if it's not a lot, then you don't need to be paying for it. Right. You know, like, you like looking like you getting 2 likes, I can get 2 likes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying you $15.
I can put stuff on my Facebook page and get more likes than that.
Exactly. So, but you know, like, investing doesn't always have to be, and I'm speaking to any artist out there who's listening, who may be listening and who might be thinking like, I want to do something for myself, or I want to start trying to do this on my own or that on my own. Just do it. You know, just invest. You're going to feel so much better when you invest and you're able to do it on your own. You know what I'm saying? Because not even necessarily do things on your own, but just investing in things that you need as an artist that will help you in the long run. That's it.
Well, see, and it's like, I know people who won't even invest in a good quality studio.
See. And you know, it's crazy because, now I want to speak on that too, because, you know, I came from recording with Grip HD Studios. Shout out to Grip. He actually shot and directed and edited that Hopeless Romantic video for me. That's my mentor, 10 years now, knowing Grip. And, you know, I've gone from Grip to Hood in 2009 and recording with Hood over the last 6 or 7 years, all the way up to about early spring of last year. I decided to invest in my own studio every 3 months type person, go to the studio every week type person. You know what I'm saying? And that just got too expensive for me. So, with that, and then just being around Grip and Hood for so many years and just picking up so many different little, you know, like, I think I can do this. I think I can record myself. So I did that and I put it to use. But then, you know, I've had artists who I'm cool with who might not know who Grip or Hood is. But whenever I talk to an artist and I meet them, and I keep my ears open, because I'm the type, I share my resources. Right. What the XYZ, he's doing this. Let me shoot him the Hood. So I give them Hood stuff. They want me to record this. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you right now, I'm like, I can do this one song for you. I'm like, but I strongly recommend that you go see Hood or Grip, the 2 people I just recommended to you, because they're real engineers. Right. And they really do this.
Hood went to school for it.
Yeah, Hood went to school for it. I was like, I am a person who sat under them for 10 plus years, watched them, and was able to do a lot of, and I said, I'm a master at recording myself. Right. Because I know how to record myself. I know my pocket for my voice. I can record myself. Right. Other people, it's hard as hell. Right. I've had artists come back 4 or 5 times trying to get me to do something different. I'm like, that's the way you recorded it. I can't do nothing more with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to take it to somebody else.
You take the files and go somewhere else.
Yeah, you have to take the files and go somewhere else, because I can't do nothing more for this. Even if I could, I don't even know how to. So it's like you gotta invest.
Shaka Pitts, his whole thing was, you don't need a studio, you need an engineer. Yeah. Because, you know, like, even his rough mixes sound like something that's mixed and mastered, you know, because he went to school, like, you know, for all that stuff and everything too. So, I mean, when I tell people, you know, about going to the studio, and you know, you can record at home or whatever, but you still need, say, a best friends now. Like, it's crazy. People can't understand how we're friends.
Because y'all adults.
You know.
The only people who still 12 years older than mine can't be friends with their ex.
Right. So he's trying to make me be his manager. He's been trying to make me be his manager for I don't know how long. I refused to do
That's a compliment.
it. Before I came here, he was like, "You gonna be my manager?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "You gonna be mine and Jay's manager?" No, I'm not. How many times I gotta tell you this?
That is definitely a compliment.
Because whenever like he'll see a beat or whatever, he'll find a beat on YouTube, and be like, "Yo, can you give me this beat?" So I go and I download the beat and I send it to him. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's why you my manager. No, I'm not. But he did a song with a guy, and the guy recorded it at his place.
Yeah.
And the guy sounded awesome, great. My ex, this shit sounded horrible.
Yeah.
He was like, I was like, because he had the presets of everything already set for him.
Right.
He didn't do nothing for my ex's voice. You know how there's different settings and presets for the voice? And he didn't do none of that. And it sounded horrible. It sounded like this was recorded in the studio and this was recorded on a karaoke machine or something.
Wow.
Like it was that much of a difference. Yeah. I could hear it. So, you know, and that's like I said, like people need to invest in themselves in that aspect to make sure that their music is good. Yeah. Then like you said, investing in getting like if people are like, well, how do you get
looked up this Personas Studio One home recording kit bundle. I stared at it. I bookmarked it on my computer from Guitar Center. I like read the specs 100 times on my laptop. I was like, and it comes with this and it does that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just for a year until I made a decision on it. And you know, I've recorded at real studios for years before I took that leap to do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like I said, I told you why, but it was more so looking back at it now and looking at, you know, the early stages of recording myself last year. It's like last year versus this year is way better. Right. Because even with that, okay, I knew what the interface looked like. I knew what certain things meant when I pressed them, but I still wasn't keen on how to edit myself. Right. So I listened to something I recorded last year that might still be on my SoundCloud, and I'm like, ugh, like, why are my vocals so low? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, versus stuff this year, and I'm like, it's right in that pocket, but I'm still finding things. Like, I was just talking to my mentor last Sunday, and he was just like, yo, it's still stuff that I'm finding on, because he uses the same program, and his father is a traveling musician, and, you know, he uses the program. So they both sealed that deal when I was trying to debate, should I go with this program, should I go with that? It was like, nah, Studio One is, and he's used Pro Tools, Reasons, all the major ones.
Logic, all of them.
Logic, he's like, yo, Studio One is the best one. He was like, I will never touch Pro Tools again. And I'm just like, this is somebody who, ever since I know him for 10 years, he had his hand on every great quality, you know, I remember times we've had to record songs over again because he's like, yo, we ain't using that program anymore. We using this one better, this one XYZ, and then we all go in and do the song again, and it's like 2 months later, he's like, yo, I got another program, we using this. I'm like, all right, bet. Like, but he hasn't moved from Studio One in 4 years. Right. So 3 or 4 years. So this is my second year working with this. Yeah, my second year working with it, and this, I would recommend it to any artist who's looking to record at home, because it comes with, first of all, everything you need. It has the software, it has the headphones, the interface, it has the microphone. The only thing you need to invest in is a mic stand and a pop filter, and maybe a couple other things like monitors and stuff. Yeah. But other than that, for somebody, like I said, who's never touched the studio, I've sat and watched Hood edit my stuff, and sat and watched Grip edit my stuff, but never did it hands on. For me to be able to pick it right up and do it, I feel like anybody can. I'm not the most patient person when it comes to computers, like I'm telling you. Matter of fact, that's how I learned how to make beats on the program. Right. Because I couldn't figure out how to get this echo thing out of my ear. It was like this feedback thing, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? I don't understand. And then I just like clicked something else, and it was like sounds, and I was like, oh, it's sounds. I can make beats with this thing. And then so it was just crazy. Like, I taught myself how to make beats just from just not having the patience to figure out the recording part of that thing, but it worked out, because now I know how to make beats on the program and record myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's worth it. I mean, as an artist, you just have to, an independent artist, unless you're looking to do something big that you know is gonna catch the attention of somebody. And
like even with my pictures, I started out. It wasn't to be the paparazzi. It wasn't to do. I was taking pictures because I ain't know nobody.
Right.
I knew absolutely nobody.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, my cousin, my brother, my so and so. I gained family as I came into this.
I know that's right.
So I came in strictly as a supporter and fan of Baltimore hip hop music.
Yes.
So I'm taking pictures because I don't know who this is, and I don't know who this is, and I don't know who this is. So I'm taking pictures of everybody. Some of the people I still don't know who the hell they are. So, and then I post them on my MySpace page.
Yeah.
And then people are like, yo, Lisa, that picture you took is da 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 da. And I'm like, what? And I was taking pictures from the first artist to the last artist because, like I said, I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And that's just been my niche, is taking pictures from the first artist to the last artist. And everybody gets pictures. This person might get more pictures than this person because I like this person. I don't know this person, or I don't like this person.
Right.
So I came in this scene not even realizing the impact it was going to have on me, much less the impact I was going to have on it. Yeah. And when I came in, I was having a conversation with Sonny Brown on the phone one day, and we were talking, and I was like, people need to market and advertise themselves. I said they need to get out here. They need to, at that time, nobody was, when I first came to Baltimore, I was dating somebody in 2000, and I was down by where the tunnel used to be. Yes. And there was a posters up on the the walls or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is an old gun? It was Ogun. But it was a poster, and it caught my eye. So years later, I got to meet Ogun. And then there was the dude Baltimore Ray. Yeah. Don't know this dude, but he had posters all up and down Loch Raven. I seen stickers on Cold Spring at the gas station, on the gas pumps, marketing and advertising. I might not know who you are, but I realize your name. And I told Sonny, I was like, yo, people need to market and advertise. He's like, Lisa, you're a prophet. I said, no, I'm not. He was like, well, then you know more about this business than you're putting on. I was like, no, I don't. Right. So I'm having this conversation. I was like, all right, let me tell you something. I said, I went to school. I said, I got a certificate in general business with marketing and advertising. Yeah. I said, he was like, see, I knew it. I knew it was something. I was like, it's just common knowledge. Yeah. Like, I'm not understanding. It's common knowledge. Yeah. Like, it's common sense. Like, you have, like, how is anybody going to know who you are?
Even if you don't have the money to get posters made or stickers or anything, you got your phone, you got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got Twitter. Like, I'll see an artist drop something, they be like, my new such and such, and that'd be the first and only day I see them post it. Right. I'll never see them post it again. And I'll just be like, you know, at that time, I might not be able to share it or sit and do it how I want to do it, like repost it with a message. Yo, check out my sister. You know what I'm saying? And then, so if I don't see it again, I forget about it. You know, and as an artist, it's just like, you have to like, before you even drop the song, you got to prepare I prepare myself mentally. All right, it's about to be go time. Like, I got to get into the mind state of like posting every day, being on there all day, every day. Like, because another thing too, and I was thinking about this, I said, because I went through it, like, artists don't want to get on somebody's nerves. Like, you thinking you're getting on people's nerves. You're like, I don't want to keep posting. I just posted it an hour ago. Like, you're not getting on nobody's nerves because you got to understand how timelines work. Like, Instagram timeline is pretty solid. I would say Twitter's timeline is pretty solid as well, where you can just scroll up and it'll be the same stories in the same order.
Instagram doesn't do that anymore, though.
Well, you know what? Instagram do jump a little bit now because they got the little sponsored advertisements in there now. But Facebook,
I'm seeing stuff from 2-3 days ago.
Really?
When I'm going through it, I'm like, and there are ways, because on Facebook, I can go to here, like on news feeds, and I can most recent, because it's automatically set the top stories when you first come on.
And that's my point right there. Exactly, is that because if you post one time on Facebook and you thinking like, all right, I posted at 12 o'clock, everybody should saw it. Everybody's not going to see it because it's been time somebody hit me, like Sheree might text me like, did you see that picture I just posted? And I'm like, no.
What picture?
And I'm scrolling looking for it, and she like, I just literally posted it. And I'm like, yo, it's not even in my top like 50 stories.
And like, you know what? And what's crazy is on Facebook, like, I always click on most recent. Yeah. On my laptop, and then on my phone, I gotta go in and do the same thing. What's most recent on my phone and what's most recent on my laptop will not be the same things. Yeah. Because this thing right here, like my daughter just posted something. Yeah. if I go to my phone and I go to most recent, 9 times out of 10, it won't be there.
Yeah. It's weird.
That story will not even be there.
So with that little glitch right there
Right.
alone is why you have to constantly post.
Right. Now,
because it's like,
we had an issue with somebody that was, she was doing the flyers, posting the flyer like almost every hour. Like it seemed like almost every hour, but she was tagging all of us in it. So I've got it 5 times
on your timeline.
On my timeline, and then if somebody else shares it, I got that on my thing. But see, I have mine set up to where I can either add it to my timeline or I can hide it.
Yeah, that's how I got mine. Too.
Because
it's just too much.
It really is. Like I understand you're the whole thing.
Yeah.
And another thing, it took me a while, but I have a whole Baltimore Paparazzi page, just like you have a whole Nelly Hendriiix page.
Yeah.
And I think all artists need to separate that personal page from that public page. Yeah. And a lot of them haven't done that. Like when you first came on to Facebook, we didn't really have that chance to be able to do that.
Right.
And
now that it's there,
now that it's there, they need, because I've been trying to go through, because I like, even on my IG, I finally made a Baltimore Paparazzi IG.
Yeah, I seen it.
And like I'm trying to get, like I'm still getting all these people trying to add me on my private page. Yeah. And my private page is a private page for a reason. Yep. And like I'm like, no. And then so I had to put in my little thing. Yeah. Go add you on the Baltimore Paparazzi page. They don't read. They just try to add me to everything.
You know, that volume posting is very important. But like you said with the tagging, now if it's the first day I drop something, I'll tag everybody. Right. After that, I'm only tagging people involved specifically with the project. So if it's a video, I'm tagging the director. And then even with that, I try not to tag him every time, because I just think about it. He's getting all these notifications, and he might not feel like sharing it, or might not feel like keep hearing his phone go off every time I decide I want to post, because I might do 5 posts back to back to back to back, but they're not all the same thing. One might be a clip of the video, one might be the artwork of the song, one might be the artwork of the album coming, one might be just a random Nelly Hendriiix picture, but they all are in correlation to the same thing that I'm pushing. So I'm not gonna tag everybody in everything. You know what I'm saying? I try not to, that right there will lose you. It's such a fine line with social media promoting. It will lose you supporters, or it will gain you supporters.
And another one thing, I had somebody, she hit my Baltimore Paparazzi inbox. Yeah. Didn't say, hi, my name is such and such, blah, blah, blah. I'm an artist, da, 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 da. It was straight, go download this, go watch my video, go do this, da, da, da. So I didn't say nothing, I let it go. A few months later, same thing. So I said, hi, can I ask you a question? Why are you contacting me? Yeah. It's called promotion. It's called promoting. I thought that was obvious. Some other words. I said, well, what you should have done is you should have introduced yourself to let me know who you are. She was like, well, you should have said who you are. I said, you inboxed me.
Right. Like, why am I introducing myself to you in my inbox?
You inboxed me.
People are unbelievable.
Yeah, so I couldn't, like, she got rude. So she was like, well, there's no need to be rude. I said, you got rude first. Yeah. So I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to let you know that this is not the correct way of going about promoting yourself. You should have introduced yourself to let me know that you are an artist. Your name is such and such. You're from such and such. Blah blah blah.
These artists don't know what they want to do. They don't know who they want to be. They don't know what they're doing it for. They don't know how to properly market themselves. A lot of people think because they mainstream that their stuff can't look. I mean, because they are independent, their stuff can't look mainstream, or they can't carry themselves mainstream. Like my mentor told me probably 10 years ago, and told us, a group of us sitting around. He said, be who you want to be now. Right. He was like, you know, because once you get there, it'll help you. He was like, you get there and you just getting it, or you just getting the feel of who you is, it might destroy you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've always carried myself like that. I think mainstream, as far as when I roll my stuff out, the way I want to present it, the way I want it to look, I try to get it as professional looking as possible. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's Because it's all about the presentation when it comes
Right.
to social media. You know, if I presented myself on social media with gold grills in my mouth and chains and stuff, that would be the perception people have of me. That would be how I need to present
Right.
myself most of the time when I'm out here. 98% of the time, I need to be looking like that, right? So that people are like, that's Nelly Hendriiix. That's the one on IG. That's the one who be with the gold grills and that. So it's like, okay, with that being said, if you're an artist, don't you think that's what people looking at too? Like, her stuff is always on point. His stuff is always this, that, and third. I gotta support that because it just makes it easier for people to support. You ever see somebody come to you with a CD and it's just whatever their name is, something written on it, it might not even be in a sleeve or nothing. They just like, yo, $5, da da da.
I'm not paying $5 for.
If I got the $5 and I'm in a super good mood, you know what I'm saying? I might do it and we do it without lecture. Like if I'm just trying to get on and like, all right, sweetie, here you go. I'm gonna take you.
Yeah, and I'm digging
because where the artist might have had the money to record the song, you know, you just got to be patient and wait till you get that next couple $100 in your hand to be able to get the stuff pressed up right. You know, you got it in your hand, and yeah, you got access to a computer to make copies, and you can go to Walmart or Walgreens, whatever, and buy a little stack of CDRs or CDRWs or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, just be patient, like.
Right.
Just be patient. Ain't no bunch of people beating your door down for your CD. If they is, then hey, more power to you. You definitely shouldn't be in a position where you put CDs out like that. You know what I'm saying? But if ain't nobody beating down your door and constantly on your phone, like, when is this goddamn song come? You know, like that. Right. Just wait till you can do it right. That's my thing. If I can't put it out right the way I want to put it out, it ain't coming out. Hopeless Romantic was recorded good 6 months ago. Like, okay, it's not Hopeless Romantic time yet. And I was like, and plus, this is like more of a winter kind of song. So, you know, I've gotten to that point now where I'm patient enough to hold songs. Like, over this last year, I've held songs for months. Like, you know what I'm saying? Until it's time for it to drop. Like, all these songs that's on the Make It or Die project, these songs are from, like, before the summer even came. Before it was even really, like, officially spring, I had did these songs. Right. So, I just knew when I wanted to drop them and what project I wanted to drop them. Before I recorded probably, like, a good 30 songs. Only for 8 to make this project because you know, I sold a couple of the beats that I recorded songs to. I just scratched other songs because I just didn't feel like they fit the theme of the project. So I think with the songs that I picked, and I even tried to force a couple on there to make it to be 10 or 11, but I was just like, just don't feel right. I was like, these 8 are the ones, and that's just it.
Well, I'm gonna play Hopeless Romantic.
Cool.
And then we're gonna come back. And probably, I mean, because it's after 8, but it's okay. Ain't nobody, yeah, I don't know if Cabo's coming or not. So, we're going to play this. I'm going to take a little break because, you know, I'm old. And we'll be right back. I got to pee. This damn tea.
I know, look, smash it on it. I'm about to see, when he texts me, she said something. Oh, my bad. She at the train station. She know I'm here. She had a...
Is her dress still green?
Yes, they are. Still green-headed.
I've been peeping you around the way. I gotta say, you remind me of a summer day. Too hot to play. Love at first sight never did me wrong. Love is ignite, well it did go wrong. Heartbeat jumping like a disco song. Feeling incomplete, that Cisco song. Pass the blunt to the left one side. I ain't tryna rush, I just wanna get high. Can't get a little shorty out of my mind. Everything I do, I'm just passing time. I ain't really feeling it if it ain't you. Wherever you going, I just wanna come to. Feeling like a dream, I don't wanna come to. What I really mean, you a dream come true. Won't play no games like the mother hoes.
Live, shorty, be live.
That's how I roll, boo. Yeah. I'm hopeless too. You hopeless, romantic, so frantic with love. 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 Feeling how I feel for real. Feel like LeBron when he got his first deal. Feeling like Kim when she bought her first hill. Smoking on kill, showing off my skills. You love that shit. Sitting down, bottom right above that shit. I'm about getting tough and shit. Give me your bed with love and shit.
I didn't realize this after 8.
So need me then. Wanted that.
She was was getting frustrated. I can't take Cherie nowhere, boy. Cherie is super protective of me. If she gets the slightest inkling that I've been mistreated or somebody's not like doing what they supposed to be doing, she like, okay, we about to get out of here because I don't like this shit. I be like, Cherie, I put you in for support, not to start shit. Calm down. Which is crazy because I'm usually the one who feels like that and be all like, but when Cherie is around or Wintress, like they really do a good job of just like making sure like I stay in my artist mood.
Right.
They let them handle the bullshit or whatever going on. So.
Yeah, that's like Don Poe. We were at a show and he was like, he seen my face and he was like, Ma, you good? You good?
That's how I be when you with family, boy, I tell you. That's one thing too I miss about going on Blazing stage. It was like walking in there and seeing family. I see you, I see Known, Hood, like, and you know, all the artists, we just all became family.
Yeah. It's hopeless romantic. Like just that whole, like the flow on it was just like, it's so different. You know what I mean? It's just different.
Thank you.
It's like,
I made the beat and the beat just brought that out. That's
right.
The thing I fell in love with about producing my own songs is just making that beat and just being able to sit there and letting the words will start coming to me while I'm in the middle of making the beat. So by the time I mix it down and I'm ready to record over it, I kind of already know what I want to say. But that's definitely one of my favorites. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, because like I said, I like different. I like, I just don't like what everybody else likes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if I happen to like something that everybody else likes, okay. But I don't, you know, I like individuality. Mm-hmm. That's like I said, that's like, you know, I've always, like J. Cole has always been one of those artists that since Who Dat?
Yes. For sure. For sure.
With the marching band.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, David Banner. I was just watching Cadillacs on 22s on the videos. Like, I've been a David Banner fan since then, you know, and, you know, I got asked, because, you know, his project Godbox was like, well, how do you feel about the things that he says and, you know, in his song and everything? I was like, I love what he says.
Yeah.
I said, that's not me. It's not, like, I'm not getting mad at what he's saying because I'm wholeheartedly behind what he's saying.
Yeah.
Like, my children are multiracial, so, you know, they get it from all sides. When we first moved here to Baltimore, my daughter, to look at her, she looks like she's Spanish. Yeah. That's her complexion is kind of that Spanish color.
Yeah.
But to everybody around, she's white. You know, she's white girl. She's white girl. White girl.
You have to put a label on everybody.
Right. So, so this was in elementary school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's you know. So I'm like, you know, I tell everybody all the time. You know, I've experienced. I know about racism from all sides. Yeah. You know, and so when he speaks upon it, he puts a light on it. Yeah. And he put, you know, Black Fist. Yep. You know, one of my favorite tracks by him. You know. Yeah. You know, so I love what he's saying. Yeah. I love that he's putting people, you know, here, there's a light right there. Look at this right here. Mm-hmm. This is what this is going on. Yeah. And you know, so artists that do. Oh, my daughter wants me to come get them after I get done. So, you know, I love.
Job is never done.
Yeah. So I love artists who are true to themselves. Yeah. You know, when you
for anybody who might like me doing all that lyrical, you know, boom bap type of stuff, and then they'll hear me do a song, like I got a song on my project called Trap as Fuck, and another song called Rico's, and on there they sound like Future type songs or something like that, right? But one thing about that, you have to remember, like, one of my favorite and most influential groups is 3 6 Mafia. Oh,
so let me tell you.
It's like, I feel like I'm a hypnotize minds alumni.
I didn't really like 3 6 Mafia really wasn't my like.
When they had more commercial success because they had just came off the Oscar winning.
Yeah.
But that album still has some super hard ass songs on there.
You know, because I like music that's ratchet. I really do.
I do too. Like, it's like, I love to just fit. You know why I think I love it? Because I don't live that life.
Right.
I've been around it. I got friends that's in it.
Chicken Head.
Yeah, Chicken Head. You got songs like Slob on My Knob. Like, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? I remember being heard. Sipping on this. That's what Sipping on Some Scissor was on.
Yeah.
Project Pat's first album, Getty Green. The second one, Mr. Don't Play. The third one, Land of Smackdown. Like, all the 3-6 albums. The Unbreakables is one of like the hardest 3-6 albums. That's one of they did a Chop and Screw one
Right.
too. And it's crazy because I made a mistake Chop and Screw version, and
Right.
I listened to it, and it was like, I'm not a big Chop and Screw fan either.
If you
but
drank lean,
yeah,
you,
yeah, then
you would
it would probably be normal speed,
Right.
Like, for real, it's weird. But like, but it's something about 3-6 Mafia when they do that stuff, Chopped and Screwed. Like, it still sounds, like that's how it's supposed to be,
Right.
almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I always loved about 3-6 Mafia that I could say, and why I was such a big fan of this, is because even though they talked about sniffing coke and shooting heroin sometimes, and just the most outrageous shit that you can hear on a track, they always in that same breath told you the downside to that.
Right.
Like, and they wasn't saying it in a preachy way. They were saying it like, but Juicy J said one time, that dog food, he said something about some dog food, or did some dog food that had him walk around itching. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the way he said it in the verse to make it sound cool or funny or whatever, but it's like when you sit back in perspective, listen,
like,
I want to do a drug that'll have me itching. Not really. So
Yeah.
I think I'm good on that.
He like I said, like I like all that stuff, like Chicken Head, bark bark, chicken.
Yes.
Like that was one of my favorite songs.
That
Like,
beat is crazy too.
yeah, so like my all-time ratchet song is the most demeaning song to a woman ever is AMG Bitch Better Have My Money.
Oh yeah.
That song, I have that. If I ever lose the song, I
Yeah.
go and find it again and download it
Yeah.
again, because that's just one of my favorite songs. Like, I like music like that. Like, me and my homegirl were talking about how Trina, like when she gets in that certain mind state, Trina is her go-to.
Yeah.
You know, fuck love, fuck boy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And I just the girl Movie, she's down in Atlanta now.
Yeah.
And she posted up on IG where she was listening to Trina's single again.
Yeah.
And she was like, when you hear her singing this, oh, you know it's over. It's done. So I was like, oh, that used to be my song. So I went and I got the video and I shared it. I was like, yeah, thanks to Movie for posting it. She was like, girl, you know when you hear this, it's over. It's done. It's
a wrap.
Right.
Don't nobody listen to that just for some dancing or whatever. They really talk about being single.
Right. So Trina is another one of those artists that she was, if you want to call it, foul mouth, gritty, and everything else. And she was another one who was part of Slip and Slide.
Yeah.
That was the only female.
Girl. Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And so, and I used to love Trick Daddy.
Yeah, man, Slip and Slide. People forget how influential Slip and Slide was. Early 2000s, especially when you had somebody like Rick Ross come out in 2006, who was directly under that Slip and Slide umbrella. You know what I'm saying, to see what he's been able to go on and do. So Trick definitely don't get enough credit for that. Okay, let's just say this: Trick Daddy has probably had like 2 super hard verses on somebody else's project over like the last, going on 20 now, because 2000 is almost 20 years away. I mean, 20 years ago, but it was a verse he had on Daily Big Love Stand Up. On T.I.'s Urban Legend album. It's a song called Stand Up. It's got him, Trick Daddy, and Lil Wayne on there. And then it's another one. Oh, it's on Jeezy's Thug Motivation 101. I can't remember the name of the song, but it's Jeezy, T.I., and Trick, if I'm not mistaken. And Trick just got this verse where he just breaks down. I feel like it's on Stand Up, but it's one of them verses he just break down all this street stuff, but it's just like the way he spit. It's easy for somebody to miss it if they're not a Trick fan, if they don't really like understand his cadence and how he do sometimes. You know how sometimes he'll come off like he's talking, but he rapping. Right. And you'll be like, is he talking? Like, so, but the way he break it down, but yeah, Trick Daddy is just one of them ones who, he's just always going to have that spot. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about Southern hip hop, especially, he's going to get his props down there, but I don't think the world really knows the hand that he's had in
I watched his interview on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's talking about how, you know, his health is this, that, and that, and he's still doing it. He's still like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and he's always been one of those people that, and he was never, he might have been flashy, like you might see him with cars and stuff, but when you look at his clothes, he wear a beater and some pants, and, you know, some hooping shorts or something, and that's it. Like, he don't care. Like, you know, it is what it is.
Like, the money, I got the money in the places that it matters to me. You know what I'm saying? Wardrobe and all this stuff. He's like, I get fly when I gotta go make an appearance somewhere, whatever. But everyday shit, nah.
Right.
Nah.
So, you know, like that's like the music. Like I said, I like ratchet music. It's just sometimes you just need that in your life.
Yeah, you gotta switch it up.
You know, like I said, my daughter. It took me a while for me to catch on to Kevin Gates, and now like I just keep saying when he coming home. Cause I'm waiting. Cause I said everybody need a Hendriiix in their life. Cause Hendriiix Gates, she's that woman. Yeah. Because he didn't want to what was it? He didn't want to put out the project. Yeah. She was like, so. Right. And she put the project out, and it was very well received, and it's very well put together. And everybody's like, "Well, that's old music." I don't care. It's music. It's new music. It's new music from Kevin Gates. This is what I've been waiting for. And like I was like, you know, I need some new music. Kevin Gates, you know, needs to put out some new music. And one of my friends was like, "Well, just go on YouTube." I said, "I don't trust it if it's not from Kevin Gates's account."
Exactly.
You know, I see all this stuff that, you know, this, that, and the third.
Because that could be random engineers that got stuff of his that's just putting it out. Trying to get views and shit, likes on their YouTube. Right.
So, you know, when Hendriiix put out By Any Means 2, I played that thing to death and was waiting for some more tracks from it. Because I was like, and it goes back up to No Love. And I was like, yo, there's got to be more.
I need to add that on my phone right now. While we sitting here talking.
By Any Means 2, I had that. Faithfully, and then she did the 2 videos for Imagine That and Had To. And Had To, with it being like, because she was talking about it on IG, she was like the Kevin Gates double, and it's because the video is like from his perspective, and it's just like I love how it was all done, and it's keeping his name viable.
That's the most important part. I'm happy to say that if something was to happen to me today or tomorrow, Wintress knows what to do with my music that's not out. You know what I'm saying? Like, she knows all the steps to take and who to put it in, whose hands to put it in, and all that stuff, because that's a scary feeling right there. Just thinking about that as an artist, like, oh my God, if I was to leave this earth today or tomorrow, like, who would, like, oh God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
because, I mean, look at Tupac. Tupac, you know, he passed. And they still had tracks and music and stuff, you know what I mean, to be able to release music and stuff like that. And probably still more stuff, you know, but with his mother passing away too. Yeah. Now who's in charge of all that, you know? So, you know, like I said, with artists, I've talked to artists and they be like, yo, I got like tons of music recorded that I'll probably never release because... Or I'm just gonna release it on a mixtape or something, or you know, because they record so much music. And who was I talking to? They said that they were. I talked to a few people that said that they, you know, like just like you said, you record all this music, and then when you go to make a project, you're like, well, that's not gonna make the cut, and that's not gonna make the cut, and that's not gonna make the cut because it's not fitting what I'm trying to do here. But I'm not gonna totally scrap it, you know, because I put my time, my sweat, and my words, you know.
It's wild.
And that's another thing that I don't me personally don't like is these people that they're constantly recording and making music.
Yeah, but they never put it out.
They never release it. Like, what is the purpose?
Might not know how to.
Like, well, they do. It's just I don't know. Like, it's. I just don't know.
Yeah. It's nightmare situations that I hear where people work with certain engineers who won't give them their music. Or they might be in a situation where the engineer's only going to give them their music if they pay in full for their studio time, and they might have worked something out where they only had X amount to come in and record, but they don't have the back end now, or they gotta wait till they get paid, or people got bills and stuff. We forget that us independent artists, we have jobs and bills and households and obligations outside of music. Music is the very smallest obligation on our graph, but we try to invest as much as we can into that area. But it don't always work out like that.
Right.
There's been times I wanted to release a project at a certain time and couldn't because I ain't had the money to do it how I wanted to do it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, I could put it out, but not the way I want to put it out. You know what I'm saying? And that be the thing too. And
that's what we're going through
so
with
you depriving fans, but at the same time, you know that they're gonna be so happy when they get it the way that it's supposed to be.
That's what we're going through with the video I was telling you that I'm helping shoot.
Yeah.
You know, we need to do this one scene where it's a club scene.
Yeah.
And it just haven't, like, I don't know where there's anybody, because like the guys are dressed in tuxedos, so we need something classy,
right?
You know, so I'm like, I don't know of anywhere where to go, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 you know. So we're waiting on that. We were supposed to be going to New Orleans the weekend after my birthday, but we had to push everything back because of money situation and everything else, because bills happen, kids happen, you know, and everything else.
If y'all still looking for a location for that club situation that's classy, when we wrap up, I can definitely give you a spot.
Yeah,
I was just at last week. That was like, I felt underdressed when I went in there. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, because he needs that. We need to be able to just go in there and shoot some footage of, you know, the club or whatever.
It's really nice in there.
Yeah,
like,
so
really nice. It don't look. It's a club setting, but it looked like one of them clubs you see on like Real World or something. Where you like, oh my god.
Yeah, so we you know,
it's right out Towson.
Yeah, we need to do that, so that can be, because I'm just shooting it and then somebody else is editing it and all that stuff. But yeah, so I'm just like,
you stay busy, Lisa. I mean,
I really haven't been that busy though.
But you know, I mean, put it this way: people, when it's something that counts and it's something that matters, you know what I'm saying? I get the sense and the vibe that they from afar, but they don't know who these artists are that they really talking about. They have 2 or 3 that might have been recommended to them on Facebook who they follow, and they think they're the face of the scene.
Right.
And without even being out there, you've been out in the trenches, you've been to the shows, you've been to the pit fights, you've been to the battles, you've been to the showcases. Right. You've taken the pictures, you've taken the videos, you're there. You know, you feel me? Like, if there was a humanitarian or a lifetime achievement award or something, like, I know we just talked about awards, but you need to get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
I appreciate that.
It's real talk. It's from the bottom of my heart, Lisa, honestly, and that's why I reached out to you about the project that I want to work on with you, because I feel like, number one, is somebody that I'd be totally comfortable around, to just be myself. You know what I'm saying? And I just love you, like, Lisa, like, what the hell, like, so, I mean, it's like a no-brainer, but yeah, I definitely appreciate you, and I think I speak for every artist here in Baltimore that has ever come in any kind of contact with you. We appreciate you, and we love you. We really do.
I mean, and I, like, when I hear stuff like that, it makes me feel like, because, like, you know, you can feel like you're not appreciated, or, you know, what you do is not valued, you know, and like, when people like, I've had people say, well, if you haven't got any pictures by Lisa, you're nobody. I'm like, don't say that, y'all. Like, that makes me feel bad. Don't say that, because like I said, lately I haven't really been going to shows because I don't like. I feel so far out of the loop with stuff.
I kind of do too, Lisa. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, I see, like, I'll see things, and I'm up and be like, am I good at the door? Because I'm going to come and take pictures, or, you know, I really want to get paid for what I do. Yeah. So I kind of like pull myself back and like, you know, when you got somebody who's going to go and to take pictures for free, or you'd rather go and pay this person over here, but you don't want to pay me, it makes me look at you kind of funny. You know, and then I look, and I'm gonna tell you this: Ruben Green is one of my favorite photographers right now. I love Ruben's work. He does some concert stuff. I don't think I'm in competition with anybody. Because nobody does what I do.
Exactly.
I do shows from beginning to end. That's what I do. And nobody else does that. I don't care what anybody says. I can guarantee you can go to their pages and they're not going to see 1,000 pictures that they took from one event. You know, I've gone through, try to go through and count how many pictures that I've done in the course of like the year, or course of, you know, whatever. And it racks my brain that when I do it, I'm like, did I really do these many pictures? You know, I pull myself back from a lot of things because, you know, everybody's like, oh, Lisa, you need to, you should know your worth. I do know my worth. It's you all that don't know my worth. You know, you want to take me for granted. That's cool. I'm just not going to be there for you to take me for granted. So you go and get somebody else to take pictures, and I'm looking at the pictures and going, I wouldn't have posted that one because it's blurry as shit.
Right.
I wouldn't have posted. I would have edited that one and made it a little bit darker. You know, because it's entirely too bright.
Because you care about the actual scene.
Yeah, and I care about the artist that I'm taking pictures of.
You got a lot of people out here who just got the camera and they either just in it for the money or they just in it for the perks that come along with having that camera around their neck. I've seen a lot of that too. It's like, you know, you got some of these male photographers out here taking advantage of these girls, getting them to pose all slutty for these little flyers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I had a homegirl before. I had to pull her to the side like, yo, I know you want to do modeling. But I have people who are actually, I know people, I said, you know Winnie. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you taking this route? Right. I was like, you taking, that's what she wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But initially when I seen it, I was like, come here, you like my little sister. Right. What is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? And she like, I'm doing my stuff up for my modeling portfolio. I'm like, shorty, you with corsets on and your boobs hanging out and you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like chocolate dripping from your lip and stuff. That's not modeling. That's like 18 and over party downtown fly. He was open and they did hardly you know for people that I don't fan, you and Germ and Smooth and you know seen Nino and I don't know how long. Right. You know. Missing you. I was like, yes. That's the first time I was like, Lisa. I was in Houston and New Orleans having the time of my life. Man. I was working. Yeah, it's all right. But I was platform. Right. Like I think everybody who I've definitely met a lot of great artists. And still rock with and definitely will get around to collaborating with them because they didn't know I did music. Like they knew me as a host, so when they started following me on Instagram and I started posting stuff, they're like, "Whoa, you rap?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." That's what they like. Why you never perform? Like that's too much performing and hosting. I said the only way I would ever do that again is like if me and Smooth hosted together, right? And then I would actually let him carry a majority of the hosting duties. That way you won't see me too much. I feel like that's too much exposure. You know what I'm saying? I'm up there hosting and then I'll be like, and I'm about to perform. Like, oh, okay. Like, you know, like it's too much. Like, you know, I'm a firm believer in like just not like just back and forth constantly sharing here, share this, reshare it there, repost it here, share it there, share it there, take this person. It's just become a nonstop loop that just after a while I just be like, oh my God, they take my phone. Like, get it out my face. Like, I don't want to do nothing else. And then I'll be like, okay. And then my phone will die. And what I'll do, I'll pick up my laptop. Okay. Like, I'll start doing the same thing. It's sad. It really is. But it's like, if I don't do it, who will? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know I have, you know, my circle of supporters that I love, you know what I'm saying? Like, that I know when they come across their timeline, they'll share it. Okay. But it's like, I have to do the main work. Right. And I'm not putting that on nobody else to do it. I'm not getting out there saying, people don't support me. You're supposed to share my stuff. Like, how often would it be? How often do you think a person just, let me go to Nelly Hendriiix YouTube real quick. No, what you're going to do is go to my page and find the last time I shared it. Right. 9 times out of 10, right? Because when you're looking for, let me just go to their Instagram. I know she shared it recently. I know it's in her bio, blah, blah, blah. Because sometimes people feel like YouTube is too much work. You ever try to get somebody to look for somebody's song and you like, just look him up. He's on YouTube. Just type in. They're like, oh, come on. Like, you're like, yo, if you wanted to see Wendy Williams fainted on her show and you go an independent artist, all of a sudden your thumbs don't work. Your YouTube is so complicated. You don't know how to type names in all of a sudden, you know? So it's like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's like with my YouTube, we stream live on Facebook. Yeah. Everybody's like, you need to stream live on Facebook. No, I don't. Because you know why? Because once I stream it live on Facebook, and you try to find it on my Facebook, it won't be there. You can't find it or whatever. So YouTube, this goes straight to my Baltimore Paparazzi YouTube channel, which there is nothing on there but Baltimore Paparazzi interviews. Yes, yes. See, so all you got to do is go to the Baltimore Paparazzi page, hit videos, and guess what? They're all right there. Yes. Voila. Yes. Magic. They were at a club. They were at a club or a show or something, and the song "Bottles" played accidentally. Yeah. Everybody was loving the song. Right. They didn't announce that it was a underground local artist. Right.
as soon as somebody says that it's a local artist, ears shut down. Instead of just playing, just go ahead. Don't say just play the music and see what people have to say. You know what I mean?
See, that's because a lot of these DJs out here don't know how to DJ. Like, that used to be the DJ job to break the song. To put the club onto the new stuff. Not listen to, all right, we in the car listening to music on our way to the club. We about to go in the club, hear all the same goddamn songs that on Pandora. Like, this should not be a same playlist for Pandora to the club. Like, I should be put onto something. I should leave the club and be like, what's that one song that he played? That shit was jumping. Like, it's very rare that you'll go to, and unfortunately, I've got to say it, you know, it's predominantly black clubs where you won't get put onto something new because they're under this rule of thumb or this stigma that they have to play these same 10 songs all night or something like that. Pretty much
like the radio station.
Right, pretty much an extension from the radio station. And sometimes when you look, it's a DJ from the radio station doing the parties. But what I was saying is that, you know, you go to another club, you'll go to a club out Towson or down Fells Point or Federal Hill, and you hear a mixture. And it's like, why do that DJ know to play a mixture of songs, but a black DJ is only playing Migos and Uzi? And that's it, all night. And maybe a little Yachty in there, and maybe throw in a little Playboy Cardi here and there, and a little Pump over there, and a little Peep over here. And it's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they, you know, and it's like, well, you know, that's what everybody, and I had gotten into this little discussion once about, well, that's what the kids are listening to. No, that's what the corporation, the music labels have made these kids say that's what they want to listen to.
And second of all, ain't no kids in the club.
Right.
So if we all in here dancing and drinking, give me some shit that I can dance to. Like, you know, a couple trap songs come on back to back. I'm gonna do a little, if I'm feeling good, I'm on my second Corona, you know, I'm gonna do a couple little two-steps back and forth. But after that, they play another one right behind that. I'm like, that's why this club I'm about to tell you about, you know, when we went out there last Friday, the first song that made us get on the dance floor when we came through the door was Bodak Yellow. That's the first song that made us get on the dance floor. We was like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? But then after that, some like reggaeton stuff came on. I was like, okay, so me and Winnie started like playing around there. And then right after that, Jamaican song came on. So we like, hey, little reggae come on. So then they jumped back into a little bit of trap. Then we like, hey, so we really rocking, doing all that. Then they jumped into like Get Low. So we like, hey, to the window. And it was just like a non-stop party. Like they just kept mixing it up. It was just that type of stuff all night going on. And I was just like, yo, like, why I gotta come all the way out Tulsa to get this? Why can't I just go somewhere? And maybe it is somewhere downtown that do it, but I haven't found it yet. Like, I know places in Power Plant do it, but Power Plant done got so strict on how they let people in there. I swear they did it because of me. I'm not gonna, I swear I changed. I'm sorry, I apologize to everybody out there. I think I personally single-handedly changed the dress code and all the rules for getting in Power Plant. Because I just used to come down there in a white tee, some jeans, some tennis, and I'm good. Me and wifey Cherie, we used to go to Lucky's all the time. Lucky's Tavern. Then slowly but surely we start coming back. More and more rules. No white tees. Okay, I got plenty of graphic tee. No graphic tee. No hat. What is that? No sports hats. Like basically there's no snapbacks. Like they have to be like, you know. So okay, whatever. I got hats like that. Then it's no cash, debit cards only. Like, it just got so many rules that it got ridiculous. And I was just like, bro, I'm not doing all this just to get inside of the club. Like, it's too much. It's way too much. I feel like I got to dress up like I'm going to a wedding to get inside of Lucky's Tavern.
And that's Lucky's Tavern.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the whole thing. So it's like, you know, they got it all gated off. And you got to pay to get in the gate. And then go into whatever club you want to go into. And right there, they just got it, like, gated. They got the big bouncers right there now. It wasn't like that, like, 6 years ago, so... But yeah, like, I mean, you want to go in the club, you want to hear some diversity. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. But yes, DJs, it used to be their responsibility to break new artists. And
I mean, Jeezy got famous from his songs being in the strip clubs.
Yeah, I mean, look, we got so many artists here, right, who make so much music. There's music for, I always say this about Baltimore. We probably, and I haven't been to every city and heard all the local talent. But I'm just saying, speaking for my city, we have some of the most diverse talent here. Like, any kind of music you want that street shit, we got it. You want that conscious shit, we got it. You want anything in between, we got it. You want female rappers from every range, you got it. You want male rappers from every range, you got it. We got the youth, we got young rappers. We got old school rappers. We got everything in between.
I know a transgender rapper.
Yo, we got transgender rappers. We got gay rappers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and openly gay rappers. You feel what I'm saying?
Midas is one of my favorite. DDM.
Hello, shout out Bond Street District. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, let's go. Like, what do you want? We got it. So as a DJ here in Baltimore, I'm asking, why is the only local artist that you will hear is a Caddy the Don, a D-Boy the Don, a Lil Scooter, rest in peace, a Young Moose. These are not the only artists we have. These are not the only representation of artists that we have in Baltimore City. These 4 artists that I just named all represent one genre of hip hop.
Right.
Street shit.
When I first started listening to 92Q or whatever, and the only local artist that I knew, because I didn't even know there was a scene. Like I don't know. I guess I didn't realize where artists came from or whatever, because I didn't think about it.
Right.
So the only artist that I ever heard of was Paula Campbell, Wayne Jones, Scar Akbar, Boss Man, Mully Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Be Rich. You know, 80 Dimes. But those are the only ones that I knew. And then when I get in the scene and I'm looking around and I'm like, why are you all not on the radio? Why are you all not more famous than what? Yeah. You know what I mean? Why? So that became my mission.
Yeah.
Was to bring more notoriety to the scene, because when I was doing ringtones, I would tell the kids, you need to listen to the local artists. And they'd be like, who you talking about? And they start naming, you know, who they heard on the radio. Like, they all whack, because they were getting ringtones from Gucci Man, Lil Wayne, Boosie, Webby. I got so tired of Boosie Badass. Sorry, Boosie. No. I love him in interviews. I just can't stand him when he raps. But everybody was getting all these ringtones. And I'm just like, yo, there's so much local talent here. You need to, like, everything that you are listening to from these people, your local artists are, they rapping about pretty much the same things. Things that you're going through, they're rapping because they're here in Baltimore. And like I said, you know, Lyrics and King Charm both was like, yo, we used to come get ringtones from you. One of the artists, when I was doing the In the Spotlight showcases, he met me at Mondama at Burger King to get his tickets. I come in, I said, he was like, he looked at me, he said, you used to live up on Poplar Grove? I was like, yeah. He said, you the ringtone lady. I used to come and get ringtones from you. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yo, you know what?
He said, he used to get CDs. I used to make instrumental CDs too. And he used to buy instrumental CDs from me.
Oh,
and you know,
artists need that. So that, I know that was lucrative.
You know, so I was like, I feel like, sometimes I felt like I was doing more for the scene than the actual artist.
You know what needs to happen? All the artists in Baltimore need to go on strike from all these little showcases and shows and shit that's being put together at these clubs and things like that. And we need to go on strike. We need to not pay to play for a while. It might hurt only thing that's going to hurt you as an independent artist is your passion and your want to perform on stage. That's the only thing that's going to hurt. Don't let these people out here, these promoters, tell you that you're going to miss out on exposure. Exposure from who? A club full of artists?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you've managed to do as a promoter, is fill the club up with a bunch of other artists and their crews. Right. Where are the actual fans, the people who just came out to hear good music? Where they at? So we as artists, we have to take power back, because we going to these clubs, we putting money in the promoter's pockets, the bartender pockets, the doorman pockets, and the DJ pockets. But the DJ not spending none of our records when we don't have a microphone in our hand. They don't even know your name. They don't even hardly halfway respect you unless you have a halfway decent performance. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've never suffered from that, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's our respect when it comes to when y'all leave from this venue that you probably got paid $100+ to do, or maybe $50. I don't know what you got paid, but you got paid to spin records at this club. You spinning music in between our sets that ain't our music. You feel what I'm saying? So you're not promoting us at all. You get paid from us, but we paid you to be here basically, because we paid to be here. We paid for our slots, which paid for you to be here at this club to provide music. So technically, we paid you, and you can't even play our music when you spinning down Oxygen, or you spinning down such and such, or you spinning down here. So we all got to take a stand as artists.
There's only been one DJ that I know of that played local artists when he was working. And that was DJ Mr. Hurd.
Shout out DJ Mr. Herb.
And he, whenever he was at a show or whatever.
Yeah. That's love. That's what it's supposed to be.
Right.
You feel me? You got DJs. I see DJs on my timeline that's on the same grind as artists right now. Like they coming up. They like, you know, I'm gonna come up. I'm the DJ. I'm grinding. I'm getting these parties. And you would think that one of those DJs would link with one of these artists, or I just thought that's how it's supposed to go.
Right.
Like almost to the point where they make me want to become a DJ. Like I'm about to try my hand at DJing because maybe I can be the one to get these local artists music spent. That's why a few years ago I created a blog. They ain't had nothing to do with my name. I named it something completely different, and it was anonymous. And I was writing about artists that I thought should get some light. That I would see at Blaze the Stage or something, and then I would look around and like see that nobody's writing about this person, who I just saw on the stage and I thought was amazing. I think he's amazing enough. I would go steal pictures from their Instagram and stuff and find their music links, and I'll write up a nice little blog about them and shit. Yeah. And then I'll put it out and I'll tag them. They be like, yo, who did this and that? First I act like I ain't know for like a week. And then like, it was me, yo.
Because I have a blog. It's just sometimes I get so I have no focus sometimes. I think the older I get, the more ADD I get.
Yeah. But you've done so much, Lisa. Well, how much more can we put on you?
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? When we gonna keep putting it on you to represent this scene? This is one woman. Like this one woman who's already done so much. Mm-hmm. Like where's her help? Where's her help? Right. Where's Lisa's help, y'all? Like come on. Like where's the rest of the curators out here in Baltimore?
They like see. I've always
shout out to Chinya too because I know she be out there putting together the open mics and doing stuff like that. We need more curators out there.
I've said this so many times that I am a supporter of the scene as a whole.
Yes,
I'm not a supporter of certain people.
Yeah,
I mean I am, but at the end of the day, I'm a supporter of the scene as a whole. Yeah. So that's what makes me different than everybody else, because this person over here supports this little clique over here, and this one over here is this little clique over here. What I did was I went out of my comfort zone and I started to go different places, and I'm like, where have you been? I've never heard of you before. Like you're amazing.
Yes.
You know, go over here, and I'm like, this person over here, and I'm like, wow. So a lot of people just stay in their little pigeonholes. Yeah. And I was like, once I was out and about and my name was not really ringing bells, but it ting-tinged a little bit. Yeah. You know, I started going different places and stuff. And for the most part, I paid to get in places the first few years. Yeah. When I didn't I became Baltimore Paparazzi in 2009. Yeah. But the name really didn't really resonate, really hit for another, about a year or so. Yeah. So I started not having to pay to be in, certain places or whatever. Right. Because the promoter or whoever was putting the show on, I was like, no, Lisa's good. She coming, she's good, she's good. So now I'm back to where I don't know who's throwing these shows. Yeah. And I don't know who's in charge of this. Yeah. And they don't know me. But what's funny is, as I had a promoter a few years ago, I walked in, this is when I was doing my shows, and I walked in and I was talking to Larry. Yeah. We was kidding around or whatever, and he's checking my bag or whatever. Right. And I heard the girl at the door ask the promoter, who's that? Who's she? He was like, I don't know who she is. And I said, my name's Lisa, I'm the Baltimore Paparazzi. He was like, oh, well, do you know who I am? And jokingly, or sarcastically actually, I was like, no, I don't. So he said his name. I said, I know who you are. I've known who you are for years. Right. I paid to get in. Right. That was the night, the next day, I said that was the first time that I've been to 5 seasons that I've ever had to keep looking around just in case there was a fight about to break out. Yeah. Because there was 2 artists who got up on stage and they was like, hey, ain't nobody fucking with me. Y'all can't fuck with me. And I'm looking at this crowd and I'm like, who's going to throw the first punch? Right. Like you might want to at the time, that's when Solomon had all the speakers lined up. So I was up against my back up against the speaker by the women's bathroom, and I'm watching. I'm taking some pictures and I'm watching. Because I'm watching my back. So I had made that statement and he got in my inbox and was like, call me. So I called him and he was like, But this is a man who said he didn't know who I was.
Right.
Well, I looked and I seen that, I seen who you are. I was like, oh, well, I'm glad you investigated and looked me up.
Yeah.
He was like, you got a lot of people who follow you. I said, yeah, I do.
Right.
He was like, but you saying that, people are not going to come out to my show. I said, because I said that I was scared.
Right.
I was like, me? One person?
Right.
He was like, well, that girl on the poster. I said, she's not going to come to your show anyway. I said, because she only follows certain people.
Right.
She's only going to come out to a show for certain people.
Exactly.
I said, but me saying what I said is going to put you on a higher alert to make sure that the artists don't act like that.
Exactly.
And it also made him realize that I was somebody.
Exactly.
Because I'm humble in the fact when I say I'm not, I'm nobody.
Yeah.
But I say that in a way that it's kind of sarcastically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know who I am, and I know who I am to a lot of people in the scene. I know that, and it shows a lot of times when somebody has said something about me. And everybody is like, oh, wait a minute, hold up, you're talking about Lisa, and people don't like that because
who you are. I love when people act like that when they don't know who I am. They never got a whiff of, because people will treat you a certain kind of, you might not be on the level you think you want to be at right now, but people will look at you in a different light and they treat you different, thinking that you can do something for them, right? But when people don't know exactly who you are and they treat you like shit, I be like, thank you.
Right.
Because you're one less person I gotta sort out and try to figure out, are they really here for me, or they here for because they think they can gain something, and at the end of the day, it's a business. We all here to receive a service from somebody, for something else. It's a barter type of thing, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, whether it be for the services or the money. But when you come off as an asshole to me right off the break, and you don't know that I'm about to be like probably your best performer on this ticket, or my draw is bigger than whoever you co-signed for this showcase or whatever, or I'm just a better artist, period. You know what I'm saying? Then you all in my shit. Now you want to give me your business card. Now you want me to call me tomorrow. I've had guys like really wouldn't let my hand go. Like, shorty, call me. I was like, okay, sir, like let my hand go. Like,
can I have this?
Right, I can't dial nothing if I can't get my hand working right.
I need this. I need this. This is important to me.
Show me them asshole colors right up front, so that way I can know not to deal with you. Because if you that way, then why would I want to do business with somebody with a nasty attitude? I don't care who you are, how much money you make at the door at your events. I would rather just not deal with you if you're an asshole. Right.
And and it's like, you were talking about paying to perform, and I've never, like, I don't like that, because I said this, I was just going to have a conversation with somebody who's going to have an event in January that I'm going to tell you about, because you're probably really going to like that. See you. And you're probably really going to like want to actually like be there. Yeah. Because he's only going to have like a few artists, so it's a big thing or whatever. Nice. But I was talking to him, and I was like, that's the reason why, the way he does it, he's like, the artist pays him like $100, like I don't know how much, because these tickets are going to be like 20. I don't know exactly, but when he was doing the showcases out at Vanity Room, he give the artist, you give me $100, I give you 50 tickets. Yeah. If you sell the 50 tickets, all 50 tickets for $10. Do the math. You know what I mean? So you're gonna make money. Yeah. The way that I did it was, I gave you 15 tickets. Yeah. That's $150. Right. You keep 75 of that. Right. And I get 75. Yeah. See, I've had deals like that before. Yeah, and it's fair. I think it's fair, because I'm giving you a platform. Yeah. And you bring in people. Yeah. So we both working. Now I know I've done that. I did it for a whole year back in 2012 off the Mixtape for Dummies run. Did it with Tony Donna. Shout out to Eddie Bennett. Yeah. Eddie Bennett Entertainment. I got my tags and my inspection off from Eddie Bennett on Bright Street. That dude showed me some super love back in 2012. He didn't know who I was. Shout out to I don't even know if they're still an entity anymore, but Black Monopoly Entertainment, B.O.M.B back in 2012. DJ Slick Fresh, who I actually just saw him on the flyer with DJ Jetta, so he is still hosting or whatever. But they just took a chance on me. Like I was drunk. We was in some club for like a black party that they was having, like that March or something.
and like out of nowhere, a kid just jumped on the stage and he was performing. But like I'm saying out of nowhere because I'm drunk and I'm dancing and stuff. But then out of nowhere, I noticed a kid performing like right above me, and I looked like, and like the dude who was on stage next to him, he wasn't performing, but he had introduced him. And I'm drunk and I just tug on his pant leg like, and he looking down like what, like that, right? And I'm just like, come here, like he like, man, what? Like he don't know me from Adam, okay? Yeah. And I'm like, I want in, like that. That's exactly what I said. He was like, man, what you talking about? I was like, I want to perform at your next party, like that. And he was like. And I said, I don't know what we said. I don't know if we exchanged. I said, look, I'm a manager at Mondawmin in the store Decibel. I said, come in there tomorrow, come holler at me. Sure enough, he came in there the next day and hollered at me. And the rest is history. I was doing almost every Sunday down Tony's. And we was just, you know, it was crazy. But I was selling the tickets, and with the headache for me with the selling the tickets was, of course, I'm the artist, so I'm selling the tickets, right? So I would have people wait to the last minute. And my wife can attest to this. I have a routine on show day. It is to do nothing artist related as possible. Like I want to do everything besides music. I want to play the game. I want to sit around in flip flops and basketball shorts until the last second it's time to go out the door, go to the venue. And when I get to the venue, I'm going to be sitting in a corner with headphones in my ear because I take this shit seriously. When it comes to the performing part, I don't care if it's a hole in the wall club or if it's Baltimore Soundstage. Right. I gotta bring it 1,000% every time. Is my ticket at the door? Do you have how much do I pay to get in? I'll just get the ticket for you. Like all of this stuff. And I realized that if I was going to sell tickets again, I need a team around me. A team that's just as much dedicated to Nelly Hendriiix as Nelly Hendriiix is. Because I just don't want to be tasked with the headache of selling the tickets. That's it. That's my only gripe against selling tickets is me selling the tickets. Now, if I could get a strong street team of like 3 or 4 people to get out here and selling for me, cool. Right. I would love that. Like, but I'll do every ticket selling show. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
that's what he was talking about. He said he needed to get a strong street team. I said, well, I can't get people to come to like people like, oh, well, the promoter should be bringing the people. And I was like, I can't get people to come to my goddamn birthday party. So what the fuck are you talking about?
You know what's crazy?
People don't come. People do not, because people love me so much. They love me so much.
Yeah.
But when I say I got this show going on, that, and they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I'm like, you know, I already know the whole, you know, people are not going to love you like you love them kind of thing. I already know that. So that's why I told him, I said, I will help you with everything else.
Yeah.
I will help you. I will help you promote it. I will help get the word out, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You just let me know what you need me to do.
Yeah.
I will come and I will even come shoot pictures. I'm going to be high as hell after I get out of there because it's a big smoke party kind of thing. So, yeah, I don't smoke. So, yeah. Yeah. But I will come and do all, you know, all that stuff. You know, people just do not, I'm not good at selling tickets for anything.
You know, I'd be like, where are they? Where are the people out here who do not do music, who are just looking to come out and listen to some live local talent?
Right.
But I feel like the narrative has to change with the shows too. Right. Because you can't throw on 50 hip hop acts and expect to draw this crowd of people who just want to come out here and music. Half of them don't feel safe. They half of them don't like the way the venue at, the location. Oh girl, they get out the car, 4 girls, they like, oh girl, I don't know about this. Let's hurry up, get in here and see little Mook Mook perform real quick. Get out of here. That's all they care. They want to go see it. Mook Mook, when you go on? Oh, I'm the 35th act. 35? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now they in the club for 3 hours. They don't really want to be there. And not only they in the club for 3 hours with 50 other artists, they in the club for 3 hours with 50 other artists and their entourages who have no qualms about starting shit because they're not the artists. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, we got to change the environment. Like, maybe you do a showcase where it's 1 hip-hop artist, 1 poetry, 1 R&B. That's a solid lineup to me. I feel like it should be quality over quantity. And the promoters who book these 50-plus acts, they just look in the line of their pockets. That's it. When it comes down to it. They don't care who goes on, when you go on, how good you are, what your draw even is. Like, did you sell them tickets I gave you? Cool, give me my money. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They don't even care if they sold the tickets. Do you have my money?
Yeah, that's it. Like, yeah, the tickets can be laying in your closet somewhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I got to that point, sometimes I ain't selling the tickets. I had to come in my own pocket to at least pay them. And then it got to the point, at least I'm telling you, this back in 2012, I had such a headache with the ticket thing, with the selling. As soon as I got the tickets, I would buy them. And just give them away because I don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like that headache. Like, I will post it off hey, I got 10 free tickets to my next show. First 10 people that like this post, you get these tickets, period.
Right.
And then I might put like 3 to the side because I know like my mom, my sister, and somebody else. But other than that, and make sure Winnie got her ticket. Other than that, these joints gone. Like, because I don't feel like it. I guess I'm lazy in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say, but I did it to death. And it's like, at this point, I know for a fact with me and how I like to focus and think before a show, I need a team of people to do that.
Right.
And I feel like the team of people to do that should be the promoter. So it should be a point where the promoter step back and be like, okay. Like this, and this is just really coming into groundwork for your business. Like you might got a side job, but this promotion stuff that you're doing, you putting on these shows, has to do with other people who take this music stuff as their livelihood.
Right.
So that means you need to go to the drawing board as a promoter and think, okay, first of all, where can I go to promote to these people about my show?
Right.
Because if I can bring more awareness to my show from people who are not in the music industry, who do not do music, that will take care of your ticket sales right there.
Right.
That's your ticket sales right there. Now your artists don't need to sell no tickets.
Right.
Now your artist can just come to the venue and just be an artist, or they can just focus on being an artist for the next 2 weeks. They can rehearse. They can get their perform. Why you see these artists, they get on stage, why they performing so bad? Why? Because they spent the last 2 weeks being a promoter, not an artist. You see what I'm saying? Like they spent the last 2 weeks promoting. Hey, I got them tickets, shorty got them tickets. Like they so focused on trying to get you your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it go from, yeah, I think I can sell 10 tickets. Shit, I know 10 niggas who rock with me. Then start getting closer. Like, shit, only 2 people bought their tickets. I got to get this man his money. Like, so now you more so concerned about getting a promoter their money than actually executing a great performance. Ain't that what we here to do?
Right.
Like, dude, I don't have one. Your promoter t-shirt and I'm out here selling tickets for you. I'm an artist.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, Jay-Z don't got to sell his own tickets.
Right.
The Reasonable Doubt part, he wasn't selling it. Dame then was out there selling them. So it's like if you're not an artist who's equipped that has a street team, which is very few artists, it's very few of us out here moving around in Baltimore that has a whole street team behind them that's out there pushing their shit for them.
Right.
You feel me? Unless you got that, or a promoter who's really gonna get out there and do the promoter job, it's happening.
You know, that's another conversation that me and my man Hugger had was like, I said, Hugger, they never had any incidences at any of their shows. I never had any incidents in my shows. Yeah. And that was mainly because of the respect that the artists have for the person who's putting on the event. Yep. You know, nobody wanted to disrespect me. Yeah. You know, I'm Paparazzi, I'm Mama Lisa, I'm Miss Lisa, I'm all these things. Yeah. Nobody wants to put me in a look bad in my eyes. Yeah. And I appreciate that because I didn't want any, like, you know, I had that place packed one month because Chenga had hit me up and said that the Love Peace Project, which was a band that he had, was coming back to. They were all going to be in the same kind of vicinity and wanted to do like a reunion thing. Okay. So I said, yeah, you can do it on my show. Yeah. Ooh actually hosted that night. Wow. And Brownfish was on stage that night with, you know, Ooh and Jahidi. Yeah. Jahidi performed for me, you know, for my show that night. And I had hip hop artists. Yeah. Paco performed that night. Sack from up in Park Heights performed that night. You know, and when you looked around, you could not move in there. And what I loved the most was when my dude Robert, the one that I used to give him instrumental CDs and ringtones and all, him and his partner were performing. And I look out in the crowd and people who were my age and older were dancing to their music. Yeah. You know, it was just nothing but love that whole night. And I just looked around and I was like, yo, this is like the best feeling in the world. Yeah. You know, my shows always had a good crowd. Yeah. But this was a best feeling in the world. Yeah. And you know, I'll probably never get that ever again. As far as that volume of people, like everyone's like, you need to start your shows back up. I was like, oh, that's too much of a headache. It really is.
I feel you.
It really is.
But you know, anything that you do, Lisa, I'm here for it. I'm here to support it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. What I'm saying? So. I try to everything that I do, even in my madness, is done for a reason. Yeah. You know, it's all, everything is done for a reason. Like my key saying is there's a method to my madness.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
When like I made a post today because my homegirl we was talking about some stuff, and you know, she met this guy and she's been talking to him for a couple months or whatever, and things aren't like adding up for me.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait a minute, what's his name? Kept searching, can't find this man nowhere. The name, you know, I said even my daddy's name comes up in search. And my dad doesn't have a social media page one, but his name comes up for white pages and that
up there, right? Yelp and all that.
Yeah.
That's a little eerie.
But there was a reason, like, and people are still commenting on it. And like the guys were like, "Oh, you shouldn't be searching this." That. Look, I want to. Why you do a case search? Because
sometimes you need to know who the hell somebody is before you.
To give you a possible look, I said that when somebody goes to case search me, they're gonna see what is it, child support. They're gonna see where the people that owned one of the first house I lived in. They tried to take me to court, but they got no money. The case got thrown out. Yeah. And I had a ticket, a seatbelt ticket, or some shit. Right. And that's basically it's on there. My craziness is not on there because I was never caught doing crazy stuff. You know. But
alleged crazy stuff.
But you know what I mean? Like, if you go on there and you like, my whole, I wanted to see if he was a real person.
Yeah. Like, what the hell?
Nothing came up. Right. So. And not in Pennsylvania, not in Delaware. So yeah, so I'm you know, I'll make posts.
Either he don't have a record, or
he doesn't his name doesn't come up anywhere on Google, nothing.
Oh, no. Yeah, he gave her the wrong name.
Right. So like we're just like,
it's weird because maybe he's married or something.
You know, there's all kind of possibilities. Like, you know, but I make posts and a lot of times about me. Yeah. It's about a conversation I have with somebody else. Retarded as hell.
Everybody is just
because my mother got on the post and was like something about jumping into something. She said, "Well, you up and moved to Baltimore, and he turned around and told you he got married." And I was like, "Yeah," and I was dating him for 3.5 years before I moved here. Right. You know, just because 8 months after I moved here, he married somebody else. But yeah, so I mean, it's always a method to my madness. Girl, it is 9:12.
I know when he's sitting here texting me like she actually was on the train from D.C. I think she probably back in Baltimore by now.
So, give everybody your information on where they can find you, your music.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Nelly Hendriiix. That's NellyHendriiix. You can also find me on YouTube, Nelly Hendriiix videos. You can find all my music across all digital platforms. That's Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon Music, Simfy Africa, Pandora, Deezer, Groove Music, Amazon Music, all of that great stuff. Just search Nelly Hendriiix and I'm in there. Also, can I give a quick shout out to a couple of people? Sure. I want to shout out King Grip for HD Records, everybody at HD, Mark II, Quante, Napalm, Child Time, Trey Blair, V, Dirty, everybody. I want to shout them out because quickly I just want to shed a little bit of light on this. I don't want to get on this because it's not, I can't really talk about it too much, but working on a movie that we're going to be starting to shoot next year, but we've been writing this movie since August, and it's really dope. So all those people I just named are going to be a part of that movie, in the movie some kind of way. Linked. Look out for that.
All right.
Created by Grip. And I also want to shout one more person out, Lisa. I'm sorry. Tanika Johnson, The Perfect Pour, Spout The Perfect Pour. I want to shout her out. Look for her. Neek. Yes, Neek on Facebook. It's Spout The Perfect Pour. I wanted to get it 100% right, and I know that if she's listening, which she probably is, she probably fussing at me right now because I'm not saying it right. But yes, it's Spout _ The Perfect Pour. She makes homemade sangrias of almost all kind of fruit flavors. They're amazing. They will get you and your friends for holiday parties and all that good stuff. Plus, she's a really good friend of mine, so please go support that. And every Baltimore artist, anybody that knows Nelly Hendriiix that I've rocked with over these years, Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody. It's so many people that I would love to shout out. I should have probably been today.
You know, I did Tanika's baby shower when she was pregnant with McKinley.
Really?
And we belonged to a wine club together.
Man.
And I did her son's prom pictures.
I just saw her probably about 2 Sundays ago. We had a Bahama Breeze
oh yeah, I seen
brunch.
that.
Yeah, so and her comment is actually what made me push to get out there because I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. And then she was like, I just wanted a hug. Dang, I'll see you next time. I was like, let me make it out there, man. I'm about to go.
She I met her through my friend Nakima, and it was like I did her baby. I took over 400 and some pictures at her baby shower, and she was like, I can't believe you took this many pictures. But I caught pictures of her hugging people that she hadn't seen in years, and like she was so when I seen that you knew her, I was like, I'm telling you. I know,
right? That's crazy.
So, I thank everybody for tuning in. My Hard Body Radio, I don't know when that shut off. I don't know if there's a time limit on there or not. Hopefully this YouTube didn't screw up. It says it's still going, so I don't know.
Nice.
But I thank everybody for tuning in. What's next week? Oh, All the Way G. He's coming through. I gotta get back in contact with him as far as getting his stuff. So I thank everybody for tuning in, and I will see you all next week. Hard Body Radio. We're a 24-hour radio station. We're going to start. We got sponsorship packages supposed to be coming out soon. Trying to get some sponsors, some commercials, all that good stuff. So hopefully we're not going to turn out to be like 92Q and have commercials every 5 seconds. So, I now work for 92Q this summer. So, I'm sorry. I told Squirrel Wide one night. He was like, at least I be shouting you out on the radio. I said, I don't listen to 92Q, Squirrel. He was like, damn. I was like, I'm sorry. Thanks for coming through. I had so much fun.
Of course.
It's 9:16.
Anytime.
So 3 hours. I have to come back sometime next year. It's going to be next year before you know it.
I know, right?
And have some more fun.
Yes.
So I will see you all next Saturday from 6 to 8 or beyond then. Depends on if Cabo is here or not, or if I have anything to do, which I doubt. Hopefully Cabo and Ro will be back doing their show soon. Work always keeps them. And they do a little... they talk and they play some music, but their show's funny.
Yeah.
And then they be asking me questions, and it's like I'll be like, I'm going home because y'all not gonna get me caught up and stuff. Because then off air I gotta be like, I'm white, y'all. Yeah. So I thank y'all for tuning in and keep listening. So I'm out later.
Peace.
Yeah.